So we're not live.
All right. We are back with Game 20. We got Divergence against the Philippines roller derby team. We're going to go ahead and get Game 20 started off with our royal sponsors. We have 187 Killer Pads, 888, Poster Giant, Louisiana Cage, and Bayou. And also, let's go ahead and talk about the roster here. I have with me Johnny Pepper. Johnny Pepper, who do we have for Team Philippines?
For Team Philippines, we got 00 Diamante Hunse, number 050 Buisen, number 10 Crystonite, number 101, that is Aluyan, number 1012 Charger, number 11 Pan Diesel, number 1964 Pony Boy Hurtis, number 199 Hinalos, number 2 Beaten, number 2000 Rice Rocket, number 21 Gonzalez, number 4 Pascua, number 415 Champagne, number 505 Chicken Demolish, number 609 Mongoose Trap, number 618 Quitting, number 718 So Pipoagus, number 76 Boppin', number 8000 Killy, number 807 Unrivaled Chaos, number 808 Hawaiian KO, and 88 Kiss My Ass Cuda.
That is awesome. And I am Squirrellock Holmes bringing you the roster for your Team Divergence Roller Derby. And we have here today 121 Price, 1420 Lala Tribiona, 173 Grateful Dread, 1732 Black Eyed Betty, 18 Miss T Maven, 203 Willow Whips, 24 Shiv, 30 Mary Chaos, 318 Dodgenia, 375 Commander Cupcake, 4590 Bad Habit Barbie, 47 Adelayer Howe, 603 Lieutenant Jan, 616 Broodylicious, 66 Booty Fett, 808 Trash Grandafoot, 828 Spicy Ice, and number 9 Teresa Hertu. That brings us the Team Divergence Roller Derby, and coaching them today we have Easy Bake Oven, Scarbucks, and Bella Bruising. We're going to go ahead and get the first jam started off shortly. Looks like we have a lineup on the track. While we have that lineup, we want to go ahead and give a shout out to K Wood and Radezzo's Bakery, Hampton Inn and Suites, as well as Currency Bake and Rydell for giving us the captain sponsors for this game.
And apologies to Escuela.
Yes, I just found out today that Escuela is a very, I love the enunciation there. All right, and coming off the jam line, we have Hawaii and Lala Tribiona coming off the jam line and right into the pack.
Both jammers up on the toe stops trying to get through that pack.
Yes, it does look like Hawaii is getting closer to the pivot line, but is knocked down. Getting back up takes not necessarily lead jam, but definitely makes the initial pass for Team Philippines, so they are now eligible to earn points. Team Divergence is still in the pack. However, it does look like one of their players is checked into the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. And guess what? Team Philippines said, I want to check in too. So we have 2 players now in the penalty box and 4 points on the board for Team Philippines.
Exactly what they needed to start this game.
Absolutely. With the initial pass now made by Divergence, we have both teams eligible to earn points. Philippines is definitely taking advantage of that, earning at least 8 points right now. Are they going to call it off? No, it looks like they're going to go ahead and play that first jam a little bit longer. All right, it looks like our jammer, who is that? Lala, is being recycled back beautifully by Team Philippines, and they also made an opening too there for Hawaii. That gave them an easy opportunity to grab another 4 points, bringing so far up to 12. This is an impressive first jam right now, coming out hot for Team Philippines.
Absolutely. Divergence trying to lock down that defense, but just having problems as Hawaii KO makes it through on another scoring pass. 16 points in the pocket, looking for some more.
Absolutely. And let's just talk about that 360 almost on turn 3. Like, grabbing 4 points and then being able to do a 360, find your focus and get back on the track, it's pretty incredible. All right, it looks like we have now both jammers.
Are you got all fixed up there?
Maybe. I'm getting a little excited over here. I might have pulled a cord or two. Either way, we got both jammers thick in the pack right now. Divergence has made the initial pass, so they are currently technically earning points. We'll see how many now that the whistle has been blown. Oh.
Jam number 1 in the books. Team Philippines grabbing 20 points. Divergence grabbing 4.
Yes.
I'm going to step aside and let Blade take over.
I'm excited. Bring in the heavy machinery. I'm ready to get Blade.
Good to step in and be with you again, Locks.
Johnny Pepper, thanks for keeping us spicy. You
Absolutely. I'll see y'all real soon.
All right, while we get Blade settled in, I'm going to go ahead and bring to you our second jam of this first half. With the lead, the Philippines, it looks like Boppin's coming on the line. We also have Black Eyed Betty, both top performing jammers we saw earlier in this tournament. Both of them currently right now in the pack. It looks like Divergence is having the opportunity right now. Black Eyed Betty is the jammer to watch out for. I saw them earlier, and I think I announced for them earlier as well. Look at the whip attempt. Oh, this is what we want to see. It wasn't a full successful whip, as it looks like we're going to have some penalties, and we're going to have a power jam. This is going to be our first power jam of the game. It looks like we're going to do all the things as we get started. Now, with the jammer in the box, they weren't able to claim lead, so that was able, it looks like Boppin took that advantage. Boppin is now the lead jammer for Team Philippines, and it's going to go ahead and get into that pack to start earning points there. With 1, 2, looks like almost 3 points and counting. We got a little bit of one-on-one. That is 4 points there for Boppin. With the advantage, we got a score now 24-4. Bop of Team Philippines is in the lead, and we now have Blake here with us.
Hello, everybody.
I think I called you Blake. Sorry, Blade. My bad.
It's okay. It's close enough. Close enough for government work.
Hey.
It's okay. I work for the government in Canada. Not in the States. Canada. Very specific.
All right. And with that, we're going to have a timeout. With that timeout, it's Crash Course's time. So Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and help create habits with high performance to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. So if you want to have your 2-minute jam feel easier, visit ChristyCrash.com to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win. Also, with that timeout, we're going to give a shout-out to our crew sponsors, RES Contractors, Collectium Sports, Sacred Roller Skate Supplies, Crash Course, Synergy Bank, Lamar Advertisements, Symmetry Jewelry Design, and AmeriHealth Cartas, and Louisiana and Bont. And I think I might have mispronounced that one, but...
And step into action with Rydell Roller Skates, where passion meets performance. Trusted by skaters for generations, Rydell combines classic craftsmanship with cutting-edge design. Discover your perfect pair now at roller.rydellskates.com. Rydell, built for derby, made for you.
Beautiful.
Looks like we have a power start here. Just a brief one, though. Black Eyed Betty now back on the track, released from her penalty.
Yes, Black Eyed Betty can come out of the penalty box, give them a power start, and I feel like still could put some points on the board. Their jamming skills they're pretty top tier, although they're being recycled back again past the jam line, giving Philippines. Rice Rocket has definitely taken off right now.
Essentially, just living up to their name.
I mean,
a nice little speedy rocket out there.
If you're gonna have a name Rocket, you better go fast.
Yeah, you better deliver on your speed. Oh, and it looks like a little bit of penalty confusion, and yes, Rice Rocket will report to our Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. So power jam scenario now in Divergence Roller Derby's favor.
Not only that, it looks like we're going to end up playing this jam for the full 2 minutes now. With that, we have a little over a minute left in the jam. It looks like Black Eyed Betty is tied up with that wall right now. I would hope that they would look for the pivot, but maybe not. To an outside attempt, they're going to go against 2 blockers right now.
Divergence opting to hang out at the back and let their jammer push forwards, but knockout and the nasty drawback to the top of that apex there.
Yes. I mean, that could not have been done more beautifully by Charger.
That was like textbook knockout and drawback.
I mean, it was between both blockers just being aware of needing to bridge to allow Charger to go back as far as possible, just like we're seeing again over there. Meanwhile, let's talk about Rocket. How many laps are we on right now?
That looks like 3 at least. Possibly, if we are...
With 11 seconds to go, I think they're going to go, another lap. So we're going to be up to 16 points right now.
Why not? And I think we might have to defy the laws of physics to get 4 more because, yes, our 2 minutes have come to their natural conclusion. A 16-point jam, though, for Philippines.
Yes. I mean, we've already had a power jam. We've already had what I would call a very powerful jam in general with 16 points. Although, I've seen that a lot with jammers throughout this tournament, 16, 20, These numbers they seem impossible.
There's been a lot of 24-point jams this weekend, and we've even had ourselves a nice little 40-point jam on our first day. So I think that's the one to beat for the weekend.
Yes. And when we talk about our jam line, now that we have our 4th jam underway, we got Spicy Icy and Pan Diesel coming off our jam line. It looks like they came off the jam line and then were pushed back behind the jam line. So they're really having a fight for every inch right now as they're coming off the jam line, just trying to at least get to the pivot. Looks like Pan's going to have the advantage right now as we're going to have to do a little bridging here. Looks like we lost some equipment. Oh, no.
Yeah, it looks like the Velcro got stuck on Willowitz's gear, so have ourselves a bit of an equipment malfunction.
Oh, yes. Thankfully, it looks like Pan Diesel went down on the knee, and thankfully it wasn't the knee that lost the knee pad. So that jam's going to be called off before either jammer can score any points, which means, guess what? We've had our first scoreless jam.
I couldn't tell if it was an intentional knee or not, just not wanting to risk skating any further with one sole knee pad. It's like, you know what? I have control of this fall, and I'm going to take it.
And for our viewers that are not here, there was a big ooh as the attempt was almost to the knee without the pad, as we all felt it, and we're so thankful it wasn't that one that went down. So
yeah, I could see the tangling up those. Willowips was very confused as to why they suddenly had one extra knee pad, as they only have 2 knees. So that's just everybody. Well, no, not everybody, sorry.
All right, and with
not
that,
more than 2.
It looks like we have a timeout. So with our timeout, we're going to go ahead and give another shout out to Crash Course. They help keep busy roller derby athletes to increase speed, conquer self-doubt, and create habits for high-performing to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. If you want a custom training plan for specific derby workouts, nutrition strategies, and athletic mindset development curated by an epic team of coaches so you can level up this year, visit ChristyCrash.com to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win.
I feel like a lot of these teams are getting some experience in grueling 2-minute jams. I saw a couple of jams yesterday that had no initial pass, and I was trying to find a word for that, and Kate Silver just said a horror show. So I frankly, I agree.
Yes, a test of endurance as well.
Or just, a nightmare. See Bad Habit Barbie taken to the jam line, doing a nice little dance for us. And I believe that is Boppin' with the beautiful pink pigtails now exiting the track.
All right. It looks like we're going to have a power start for Divergence.
Yes.
As we don't have quite yet a full house, but the Hampton Inn's definitely still accepting check-ins, although it looks like we have at least one in from each team.
So unfortunately, that equipment malfunction, though not intentional, did cause Bryce Rocket to report to the penalty box, I believe. No.
Yeah.
It's 11. Pan Diesel reporting to our Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box in that nice little jammer suite. A little bit of last-minute adjustments as Team Philippines accidentally fielded too many blockers.
All right, and it looks like with that means that we now have 2 players in the penalty box for Team Philippines with 1 in for Divergence.
That rolling whistle always catches somebody off guard. Unfortunately, that time was Bad Habit Barbie. I think she's like, no way, no, it can't be this easy, but I'm still going to go just in case.
Exactly. Take every moment by surprise and continue going on. And look at that.
Second time, it did not work the same way, but fortunately, the pivot there not going to let them bridge Barbie back too far. Barbie now coming up against Killy and Illusion at the top of that pack.
Yes, and let's talk about the defense right now for Team Philippines. They're making it hard for Bad Habit Barbie, but as you see, Bad Habit Barbie's got some good habits. Right now, it looks like they might be looking for the pivot, but unfortunately, the pivot's a little bit behind them right now. We now have both jammers on the track, so Pan Diesel is going to come out well rested and ready to go, which is very evident by the advantage they come into the pack with.
Team Philippines just absolutely taking away every inch of space that Bad Habit Barbie tries to get. Oh, and that sneaky little extra hip drawback there forces Bad Habit Barbie to reconsider and recycle back in nice and legally to be escorted into that 3-wall from Team Philippines. Pan Diesel at the top of the pack getting stretched to its maximum point. That's Misty Maven at the top there, supporting with 2 blockers.
They're gonna need to bridge, or there we go. It looks like they're getting closer together right now. Both those jammers are still fully engaged.
Excellent track awareness by both teams. You can see the Philippines tripod moving back, assessing the situation and saying, okay, we need to move a little bit more this way.
And this
making those adjustments.
And this is when it's key for those jammers to make sure that when they're trying to move forward, they're putting that advantage, put that hip forward too, because that's really all that needs to pass the other opponent.
So we're coming down to the final seconds of our jam. This might be one of those horror shows that
No lead jam.
Kate Silver mentioned.
Oh no, we have lead jam.
After a minute and 53 seconds, we have lead established. Unfortunately, it won't be enough time to do a full lap around the track, but Team Divergence did get that star out with a nice little star pass to Miss Team Avon just in time for the 2 minutes to expire.
Absolutely. And that's what Team Philippines needed. As they were coming out of the penalty box, giving a power start to Divergence, getting back on the track, showing that they can claim lead and fight and really work and push themselves to get that lead. That's impressive. We're going to go ahead and get Jam 6 underway shortly.
Looks like Boppin will now be our jammer of record for Team Philippines against Graceful Dead for Divergence. Graceful quick to get to the top of that path, but one left to beat. That's not an easy task to get past Pasqua. It will be Boppin, our lead jammer of record for Philippines.
Boppin took a hoppin right out of that pack, grabbing lead jam, giving every blocker an opportunity to focus on Grateful Dread, and Grateful Dread is dreading that right now as they're trying to get just to the pivot line, looking for some help from some teammates. They received a little help there. Looks like it was number 9, Tessa Hertrue, giving some assistance there, trying to opening up a hole there for Grateful Dread to get the advantage.
Graceful getting knocked out by number 21, Gonzalez, and opting to be that first line of contact for Boppin for re-engaging with that pack. It's like Philippines losing Diamante Hunzai temporarily to the penalty box for a forearm penalty, so slight pack advantage to Divergence. And that star pass looks like has been successfully completed.
Tessa Hertrue. Is that Tessa Hertrue? Well, Tessa is what I'm going to shorten it up for. It looked like they were able to take the star pass, although they were recycled back pretty far, well past the jam line. That did not stop them from getting back through the pack, grabbing the initial pass, but that did force the Philippines roller derby team to go ahead and call off that jam.
Divergence managing to save at least one of their points on that pass. Philippines picking up 11, bring them to a grand total of 51.
Yes.
A big thanks to Poster Giant, from wild posting and guerrilla marketing to digital campaigns. Poster Giant makes your message stand out. Need to get the word out for your next big event? Visit postergiant.net today and let them take your promotion to the next level.
And the next level is going to be jam number 7, in which we have Hawaii and Lala coming off the jam line.
We've got Shiv there, the last line of defense against Hawaii KO, and that gives enough time for Divergence Roller Derby to set up a nice formation.
Quitting
at the top of that apex.
And Quitting is doing great right here, making sure they're staying bridge to allow Hawaii to keep pushing through those blockers. Philippines now have the lead for this jam, and Hawaii's going to re-enter that pack quickly. And to the outside on those toe stops, grabs 4 points.
Lala now with star in hand, trying to jump that apex, but not quite sticking the landing. Getting brought back behind that jammer line by Sukapo Agus.
Shiv is going one-on-one right now with Hawaii.
This pack getting nice and stretched out along the apex here. Looks like Willow Whips will be our new jammer of record on behalf of Divergence. Getting a little help from the Trash Bandy Fruit, trying to clear that inside lane, but Philippines was ready and waiting.
Yes, with Adelayer out as well as Trash Brandifoot, they're going to try to hold up Hawaii right now to avoid them to get through. However, look at Quitting. Quitting came in and moved both blockers out of the way. This is the kind of advantage that you want as a jammer. You want to be able to have a blocker come in there, realize you need some help, and just kind of just move them out gracefully. You know, excuse me, pardon me.
This is one of the largest packs I've ever seen, besides that one from the Mardi Gras last night, because that pack took up the entire track in the last jam. I don't think you can beat that one. This brings us to a Crash Course timeout. Yes. Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? I bet some of these jammers do. Tired of second guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step onto the track? Then Crash Course is for you. They turn skaters into MVPs. You start a Crash Course today. In 4 weeks, you'll be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. 8 weeks, your footwork will get to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater that everybody wants in their pack. Life is a contact sport. Win.
And talking about winning, let's go ahead and make sure everyone that is tuned in right now is aware that we're teaming up with 888 and 187 Killer Pads for a massive giveaway gift card. $500 giveaway to be exact. So that's right, you could win $500 to spend on all your favorites. That's gear, bag, helmets, and so much more. But in order to win, you do need to enter in. So if you're listening right now, make sure you go ahead, type in the other tab bar, tinyurl.com/y'allstars giveaway. Make sure that you give yourself an opportunity. That $500 has got to go to someone. Why can't it be you?
It's always nice too. You know, you get to enter online. You don't even have to be at the tournament that you probably are having a little bit of tournament FOMO about at the moment, because this tournament has been amazing in the past 3 years.
It has. It's only been better. I mean, this is my first year, but that is definitely what I've been hearing, and I've enjoyed every minute of it so far.
And the fact we had to add an extra day just is a testament to how popular it's become so quickly.
Yes.
It's like Pinolos donning the star for Philippines and Black-Eyed Betty at the top of that pack.
Look at this. Our viewers at home definitely were probably screaming at the screen just like I was. That was definitely a no pack call. You know, Team Divergence had to get back up there as Team Philippines. Who did we have on there? How do you pronounce? Pinolos is moving through the pack.
I believe it's Pinolos.
However, it looks like Black-Eyed Betty was recycled back, however, got back on the track and pushed through to grab a lead jam for this jam.
Hessa Virtue positioning themselves strategically in that Philippines formation, trying to create a little bit of chaos. Looks like Black-Eyed Betty getting bumped to that infield and bridge back almost behind that jammer line. Not quite as far because Philippines pivot also having to recycle, just playing it safe. It looks like they were also our new jammer of record. That is Champagne.
Wonderful. And with Champagne, now our jammer, they're going to re-engage right now to the pack. Let's see how many points they were able to obtain. 2, it looks like 2 with a re-engagement into the pack. Beautifully done.
It looks like Divergence now doubling their score, picking up another 4-point pass as we head into jam number 9.
Yes, with a little over 15 minutes left to go in the first half, let's go ahead and make sure we shout out to Currency Bank. Currency Bank's approach is simple. They provide exceptional customer service through personal attention, convenience, and the latest proven technology. They're very high-tech, high-touch. Currency Bank. Thank you so much for your sponsorship.
I kind of laugh at the name Currency Bank because, like, what else would banks have? Isn't that kind of like what they do? What they store? Oh,
I didn't hear the countdown for the rocket, but apparently there was a countdown. A rocket took off, and that was a Rice Rocket right off the jam line as they grab lead jam for our Team Philippines.
And have a power jam advantage as Spicy Icy reports to our Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box in that jammer suite. So power jam for Rice Rocket, who is now in full control, picking up a no pass, no point on that last pass, but looks like all 4 points will be picked up that time, and a little bit easier this time. It's always nice.
Yes. All right, looks like Rice Rocket's going to re-engage right now, getting barely around Mary Chaos. They're going to get tied up in the pack with Divergence right now. Betty Feet. I believe they might be heading to the penalty box. No, that's going to, yeah, Booty Fett is going to be headed to our Hampton Inn penalty box. They must have heard about that special they have in for checking in early, as they have done so in this first half.
I hope you get a little mint on your chair when you settle in for that comfy stay for 30 seconds.
If not, they'll definitely have Thin Mint at some point during our streaming that they can listen to.
I'm almost disappointed Thin Mint doesn't walk around with like boxes of Thin Mints and like a nice little wagon behind, because like I've never actually had Girl Guide cookies in America before, and just every time I hear Thin Mint's name, I'm like, I want some Thin Mints.
That's a whole conversation I'm going to have to follow up after this game. You and I'm going to have to change your life. I'm going to have to change your life. We're going to have to fix that.
Oh, dang. I'm excited.
All right, it looks like we're going to get our 10th jam underway. Score right now, 76-8. Team Philippines roller derby, they're definitely in the lead right now. But that was a handoff to be all handoffs.
That is Willow Whips handing it off right off the bat to Bad Habit Barbie. Bad Habit Barbie, though, taking a little bit of a spill, giving Philippines enough time to take away that speed. Hand Diesel, our lead jammer of record, but Bad Habit Barbie only a half track behind and will force that call off, getting only a single scoring pass to Philippines, bringing them up to 80.
Yes. Pan Diesel definitely came out of the pack with a 360, but was wonderful about making sure that their signals to call off that jam were very big. You know, we want to make sure that's one thing I always hear when we're practicing with jammers, make sure you make those refs know that you're wanting to end the jam. Be exaggerated with those calls, and that's exactly what we saw there with that 360.
It's always good to like make eye contact with your jam ref too, and maybe have a little conversation like, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about calling it in a minute, so how about you keep your eye on me? Maybe not like that with those many words, but you know, you're cordially invited to watch me as I call this off.
All right, we have another check-in for Team Divergence as our pivot is going to check in. That means that Boppin is only going to have 3 blockers to go back around right now, but Boppin's going to head to the penalty box. So it's a power jam right now for Lala.
Looks like a high block penalty being called on Boppin. Checking into that jammer suite just as Lala getting knocked to that infield and bridged the long way back by Killy. Killy, I think, was the one to knock them out. So the fact that they can draw back that quickly is just a testament to how fast these blockers can be, too. I mean,
not only the speed, but can we talk about the communication? Because I heard what I needed to do on the track, and I'm not even on the track right now. I was ready to go ahead and recycle back the jammer as well there. So let's just talk about Lala's going to have to work for every inch right now. As you can see here on the screen, they're just trying to get to the pivot. And while that was a great time to use up that clock, because now we have Boppin re-entering the track. So now both jammers are tied up. We really haven't made much headway since the whistle's blown, and we have less than a minute to go in this jam.
And unfortunately, pivot for Divergence Roller Derby was temporarily occupied, keeping Boppin at bay, but is now able to move in for the possible assist. But looks like Team Philippines not going to make it so easy. There was Killy there, ready and waiting for that pivot to receive the star and say, you shall not pass. Not yet, right away.
Yes, so Tessa Herchu is going to be now the jammer for Divergence. And now with that handoff and with the other jammer going to the penalty box, we're going to play the remaining 15 seconds of this jam out. I don't believe any points are going to be placed on. Well, hold a second. My apologies. Bopping did their initials, so we should have some points for Team Philippines, possibly. But we're going to find out shortly as the whistle's being blown right now. Yes.
Indeed. Boppin doing some nice little sled pushes against that 3-wall from Team Divergence and does pick up the full 4-point pass.
Boppin is poppin' with a 4 points. All right, we're under 10 minutes now on the first half. And with under 10 minutes to go, let's go ahead and make sure that you're aware that our 187 killer pads are industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled excellence. 187 killer pads, thank you for your sponsorship.
Bad Habit Barbie not Bad Habit Barbie. Graceful Dead trying to run up that inside lane, but Team Philippines there ready and waiting. That is Charger. And it looks like penalty will be assessed to Graceful Dead. Can't quite tell what penalty.
It's going to be a power jam for Team Philippines.
Yes, regardless of what penalty, it is a power jam. Just a jumble of bodies at the corner of turn number 1. Hinalos getting knocked out and bridged a long way back.
Hinalos does a three jump on the toe stop and to the outside, but finds himself right back in the pack with Mary Chaos.
Yes, our very own fellow announcer, Mary Chaos. Always good to shout out the announcer players.
Booty Fett coming in for the assist. They're definitely making it hard right now, that entire pack for Hinelas.
That pack seems to be pretty comfortable at the top of that apex. Graceful Dead now off their penalty. Philippines ready and waiting and getting a knock to that outfield by a Charger and bridged the long way back by Gonzalez.
Yes, and you can probably understand now that these bench coaches are figuring out where these lineups should be, because as you notice, for the first half of this period right now, we had them going almost around a couple times. Now we're barely getting past turn 2. They're really holding these jammers up right now. The lines, they're well placed. They definitely are communicating well. Grateful Dead has now made the initial pass, so we now have the ability to earn points for Team Divergence.
We do have a star pass on behalf of Team Philippines. Diamante Hunsai will be our new jammer of record for Philippines as our two-minute clock winds down to its final seconds. Gets 4 points in that pocket, and that will have to do because, hey, you only get to play for 2 minutes.
Hey, but that was a well done, because now there's going to be a power start for Team Philippines. As
Yep, Graceful Dead reporting to our
yes,
jammer suite at the Hampton Inn and Suites.
I'm sure Grateful Dread was dreading that call. Oh, the puns will never end. And with that, what hopefully will never end is our royal sponsorships. That's right, we have 187 Killer Pads, 888, Poster Giant, and Louisiana Cajun Bayou bringing it to us today to make it possible.
So Rice Rocket with a nice little power start, taking a couple extra seconds to earn lead jam status, but hey, it wasn't 2 minutes. That's always nice.
Yes. I feel like when the jam's about to start for Rice Rocket, we should start doing the countdown, because it feels like the jammer just takes off.
I think the jam timer should help us out with that, because they have the clock and they say 5 seconds. Why not say 4, 3, 2, 1?
I mean, it would definitely give emphasis to what we're seeing here in person, because it's pretty incredible.
We should get some cute little like overlay graphics on the screen, and we could have like little countdown and like a little jet fuel coming out from Rice Rocket when they do take off.
Whitting was doing a wonderful job there bridging. Now both jammers have exited the pack. So initial pass, we're going to have a little bit of points here on this jam, hopefully. I know we've gone a couple of them unanswered. Again, that just goes to speak to the ability that these blockers have had on the track to ensure that those jammers are having and you know what? I spoke too soon. What? No, we do have Team Philippines grabbing at least 4 points before the whistle was blown.
And for Rice Rocket, that is the second out of 3 leads that they have acquired so far. 2 out of 3 that they've gone out, and 2 leads, 1 no lead. And yes, we can get you some penalty updates after our halftime, because we have more halftimes as we enter our full-length bouts. It's not that 5-minute blink and you miss it halftime anymore.
Yes. I'm going to be real with you. I totally just tuned out right there because I was just looking at what we're going on the screen here. So we have Jam 14 underway. We have Hawaii and Black Eye Betty. Hawaii said, "See you later." That's
I think
where the
Hawaii
KO comes
said
from.
Aloha.
Yes. I wondered where the KO comes from, and that's a great demonstration. Look at that. As an inside attempt, come to the side. I love how Hawaii comes to the side, really pushing that blocker with their whole body there, moving them out of the way, giving them that opportunity to get back on the track, correct their direction, and earn those points.
Hawaii KO, they're now trying to get their way through this pack. I don't know. I almost call that like a Hawaiian punch, the way they hit. Divergence, roller derby, managing to put another 2-wall up front, but Hawaii just tiptoeing on that outside line. Beautiful footwork, and puts 4 more in the pocket, bringing Philippines up, filling that 100-point bucket.
All right, I don't know if you can see it. Well, I know for a fact you can't see it on the screen. However, we're about to have checkout here at our Hampton Inn and Suites as Team Philippines is about to have another blocker return to our track.
It looks like just a jammer swap out. That is Killy reporting to the penalty box. So a slight pack advantage for Divergence roller derby as we head into jam number 15.
And with that jam, that also means that we are now entered into the triple digits. That's right. The score now 104-15. Team Philippines. I always try to do the math when I see a number that high to say divide it by 4 and just figure how tired that jam ref is right now.
I feel like anytime I see numbers, I just get heart palpitations and like almost faint because math terrifies me. I don't know why. It just does.
All right, we got Jam 15 underway. We have a little over 3 minutes left in our first half.
Spicy Icy doing some nice spicy jamming at the top of that pack, but Team Philippines, that is Diamante Hunsai, and I can't see the other number.
I don't know if I would say there should be. There we go. I was looking for that pack call. I'm glad we had it. That definitely gave the advantage right there to Spicy Icy, and Spicy took advantage.
And now I see the number. That was Pasqua supporting Diamante Hunsai, that dynamic duo at the top of the pack.
Pan Diesel realizing that with the initial with the lead taken, they need to get that cover off, and did so. So At this point right now,
Yep,
Hand is still
Diamante
trying to
doing
get
a
through.
good job of being aware of their jammer's position. And you know what? I'm not going to join this tripod that possibly needs me. I might go hang out with my jammer. And unfortunately, will report to the penalty box for a forearm, but will be joined by Spicy Icy for a cut track. So we have a Goldie full 2 minutes once again.
with 44 seconds left on the clock, we have the jammer status. We have Pan Diesel still on the track right now, with all blockers back on the track for Team Divergence. So they're going to be able to tie up Pan Diesel right now as they're going to try to make through. We do have some assistance coming in.
And Pan Diesel with star in hand, unfortunately cannot complete that star pass just yet because Diamante Hunsai, serving their remaining seconds, now released from that penalty box and is coming in to save the day as our period clock starts to wind down in our final 10 seconds.
Killy got back on the track and it was, well, not back on the track, but got in position to go ahead and absorb that hit that was coming in hot from Spicy Icy.
I heard a few no-pat calls along that back straightaway, and I heard a penalty being assessed. Looks like Team Philippines will lose one of their blockers for the start of the next jam.
Yes.
But Team Divergence also losing one, so no real pack advantage. Just, friends in the penalty box.
All right, with Hampton Inn and Suites allowing us to have a check-in, we're going to go ahead and have a timeout. That's right, we're going to have another Crash Course timeout and go. You want to tell them about Crash Course, Blake?
Oh, why not? Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Visit Crazy Crash, both with a K.com to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win. I know I might be dating myself here, but every time I hear life is a contact sport, I think of that Terry Tate office linebacker commercial where people, they don't refill the paper tray or something, so he just tackles them and lays them flat out and is like, refill the paper tray. Or, they use the last of the water, and he's like, you're really going to use the last of the water, not refill it? And he just tackles them to the ground. Just, why not expect it? Because life is a contact sport.
I enjoy announcing just for the exact opposite reasons, because it's not a contact sport, and if it is, then I have questions. All right, looks like with that rolling whistle, that means that we're back to the track, and with that, we're back to Jam 16. We still have a little over a minute left in this first half. Score right now, 104-18. Team Philippines, they definitely had their breakfast this morning. I'm going to say that. They came energized. They look like they probably got what we haven't had a lot during this tournament, which was rest. And we're appreciative of it right now because it's been phenomenal work.
I think they ate their Wheaties this morning or whatever it is people eat. Boppin at the top of the pack. Pivot for Divergence. Not going to make this an easy lead to acquire, but after 20 seconds, Boppin is your lead jammer of record. That Habit Barbie with a beautiful star pass. Misty Maven now our lead jammer for Divergence.
I mean, I wish we had replay up from working right now because the way that wall was trying to hold the jammer, realized they didn't have that opportunity and just came back to help their jammer get out.
And despite the efforts of that call-off, not quite quick enough to prevent Divergence from scoring a sneaky 2 points at the conclusion of that fourth whistle. Philippines picking up 3 in that one. Relatively even jam.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I was talking about. I mean, those few seconds that those blockers came and they gave that jammer that time, that's exactly what that advantage was because they were able to fly in, grab 2 points. Call-off wasn't as effective as they wanted it to be. So without the effectiveness, they're going to go ahead and start the next jam. And who do we have?
Looks like Rice Rocket will be once again our lead jammer of record going against Lala. Lala just a quarter track behind. Yeah. And Rice Rocket quickly calling that one off, picking up 3 of the 4 Philippines points, bringing them up to an even 110.
I find it interesting that Rice Rocket called it off, and I just say that because there's already 2 blockers in the team for Team Divergence, so there wasn't that many blockers on the track really to propose an obstacle for Rice, and I feel like Rice probably could have taken off, but maybe they know. I'm sure they know a little bit more than what I do. But
Or maybe they were just looking forwards to that halftime that we now have ourselves in. So we will be back in just over 10 minutes.
Yes,
So
enjoy
don't go too far. Refill your beverages and stay hydrated. Take care of yourselves.
yes, thank you.
Hi folks, Tui Lion here, and I'm here to ask you if your helmet is cooked. Whether you're on the derby track or at the skate park, your helmet has one job: to protect you. So let's check out your helmet together and find out if it's still doing its job. Look for the following signs to determine if the EPS foam in your helmet has deteriorated. 1. Physical cracks or deformations. 2. Soft spots. 3. Discoloration. 4. Separation from the shell. 5. Age. Helmets should be replaced every 3 years depending upon usage, even if they appear to be in good condition. 6. Unusual odors. Let's move on to the outer shell and consider your previous impacts. If the helmet has been involved in a significant impact, the EPS foam could be compromised even if no visible damage is apparent. If the strap adjusters, clip, or straps are compromised, your helmet placement might be compromised if you take a fall. Last but not least, if your helmet doesn't fit you properly, it's not going to do its job when you need it most. Your helmet should sit about 1 finger width above your eyebrows and stay put when you're moving around or shaking your head. Visit 888.com to find out about our cutting-edge helmet technology and designs. The most certifications, the latest technology, the best fit. We've got you covered.
We are back. We're at a second half of game 20. I am Squirrellock Holmes. We also have here Dottie, as well as...
I am Blade, and in case you hadn't noticed, Lox has been sporting a different outfit for every single game, so now we have a wild Lorax spotting in the house.
Making me have bad thoughts.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
If I was going to have any moment online, I'm glad it was that with Johnny Pepper. Yes, we're about to come back to our second half. Again, brought to you by our royal sponsors, 187 Killer Pads, 888 Poster Giant, and Louisiana Cajun Bayou. Games and tournaments such as this are not possible without these kind of sponsors. So if you haven't had an opportunity to sponsor, check it out. Also, let's go ahead and give a penalty update. Right now, we're going to come back to the second half. Team Philippines going to come into the second half with 11 penalties. Team Divergence going to come in with 19, but who is actually the one we need to look out for right now?
Diamante Hunsai has 3 penalties currently, so not quite in that danger zone, but just getting to the cusp. But you know what? Halftime is always a good time to regroup, refresh, and, remind yourself of those lovely recycling strategies that we all practice.
That Wusa moment. And talking about Wusa, I mean, again, if you've never attended this tournament, you really need to check it out, because not only do they have Derby, they also have, seminars and workshops throughout those. And that Wusa made me think of the yoga one. I wasn't able to because I was in an inflatable suit that time, and I feel like the downward dog and looking at an inflatable, unicorn, that kind of would have been a little difficult. But
I feel like it isn't, that's just normal for Derby. Someone in an inflatable suit doing yoga, yeah, that tracks for Derby.
If not, we're going to make it normal. That is for sure.
Yeah, we'll normalize it. Yep. And that just speaks to how popular this tournament is getting. This is the first year that they've had seminars. So seminars and an additional day. So all of the Derby funds.
Absolutely. And I see some in the chat. Hey, Jet, shout out to West Florida Roller Derby. Appreciate you tuning in. We're definitely going to come back again. Our second half, we have Team Philippines in Divergence coming in and score 110 against 20. You know what? I'll be honest with you. Team Divergence, their first game they lost, the second game they won. At this point, I've seen them come back after a second half and really turn it up and get that communication in sync. These are traveling teams. They're not necessarily practicing like normal teams frequently. Some of these teams really just come to these tournaments, introduce themselves, and say, this is the position I play.
And I want to say this is Divergence Roller Derby's first time actually playing as a team, possibly at a tournament, but maybe at games altogether. I know that it was Team Desi's very first time playing at this tournament, and they are learning lots and getting themselves nice and ready for that World Cup.
Yes. The diversity and inclusivity that they have here, as far as not only with the teams, the audience, the vendors, it just makes it very accepting and just all around fun. So, again, we're about to come back. We only have a few more short minutes. I guess we can go ahead and give a shout out. We're talking about marketing and stuff. Well, let's give a shout out to Poster Giant. If you need to make your event or your brand stand out outside of getting yourself a Lorax to attend, check out Poster Giant, because they're going to have you covered with their wild postings, media buying, and guerrilla marketing services. A creative way to design bold installations. They're going to make sure you're seen. So visit postergiant.net to learn more. Let's do something creative and unforgettable.
I think the only way to top the Lorax outfit would be to be spinning a sign outside.
Don't give me ideas. I don't have the bail money. I got to get back to Florida at some point for sure. So, but I love it. I'm going to need those ideas on Thursday next time.
I think maybe third base coaches could start doing that, like some sign spinning or something.
Yes.
You could distract the other team while shouting out instructions. But we are back to the action. Rice Rocket off like a shot. Will pick up lead advantage.
You said distraction, and that was a distraction. All the blockers didn't see Rice Rocket take off, but per usual.
Divergence now with its full contingent of blockers. And of course, as I say that, they lose Miss Team Maven to that penalty box, but they did regain 2 of their blockers.
Yes, Lieutenant Jan coming in for Team Divergence, really knocking that jammer off the track, creating that situation where we didn't have a full jam here. So while that wraps up our first jam, we do have Team Philippines grabbing at least 3 points though before it was closed out. We're going to go ahead and get the second one underway. I'm really excited because these jams these hats are actually a full 30. I realized.
Our first 14 games of the tournament were only 20-minute halves with 5-minute halftime, so they really did seem to fly by, and you really do notice that extra 10 minutes.
Yes, more Derby is what we all want.
All the Derby, all day. Boppin now fighting furiously in that pack. Divergence trying to keep their formation up front, doing a great job, getting knocked out of bounds, and that will be Black Eye Betty in the Team Philippines formation, trying to get some room to work with.
Yes, and the checkout has been called as Team Divergence player comes pivot comes out of our Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box.
Oh, and Black Eye Betty trying to do a nice little jersey assist off of Misty Maven's jersey, but I think the t-shirt quality of the jersey may have made them second guess the amount of pressure they wanted to use on that jersey whip. And,
Yes.
Team Philippines was also ready and waiting to shut down that outside lane.
Brute Elicious doing a great job kind of setting up Boppin for that engagement from the pivot, so they were able to recycle them back, in which case it looks like we also had a star exchange, haven't we?
Yep, Black Eye Betty tossing that star off to Misty Maven, who doesn't quite get the opportunity to score. Jam called off by Boppin.
Wonderful strategy there, making sure that they're being aware. And being that kind of aware means you need to be aware that AAA, they elevate Derby safety standards with cutting-edge technology. Make sure you check out AAA, and thank you so much for your sponsorship. All right, it looks like we're going to come back. Jam number 3, whistle's been blown. Who do we have coming off the jam line?
Looks like Hawaii KO for the Philippines, moving in quickly, and that is Buhi-san assisting, splitting those Divergence roller derby blockers apart. Spicy Icy now spicing things up in that formation from Philippines, being assisted by Tessa Hurtu.
Hawaii KO, I'm impressed with how low they're getting. Their crossovers are as smooth as butter. And Spicy Icy is almost looking dead at directly at their pivot right there.
I want to say Hawaii KO would be really good at doing like the limbo on skates.
Could we say that Hawaiian KO is riding the waves?
Oh, absolutely.
I like it. Being from Florida.
All the puns, because you know what? These derby names live up to it, so we are going to take full advantage.
Yes.
You didn't want puns, don't have a punny name. Or do what you want. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your boss.
All right, we have some communication going on with bench and teammates just to see who needs to be where. We will start, it looks like, with a couple of players in the Hampton Inn Suite penalty box, at least one for Team Divergence. That check-in is a little early, and it's going to be with the pivot, too. So that's going to give an advantage right there for Team Philippines coming back on the track without a pivot in.
See Chai Kilski in the chat here. Chai, we don't even have the schedule for tomorrow. It is all a giant mystery to us, too, so you just have to wait and see for Championship Sunday.
Yes. Never let them know your next move. Always make sure they're tuned in.
Even for yourself. Don't even let yourself know your next move. You keep that secret, because otherwise somebody will find out.
All right. Well, what we can't see right now for our viewers at home is that we are having some professional help here by our NSOs. That's right. If you are a viewer, you probably are aware that without these games, we have so many people that take part and play a role. And that includes our NSOs. So if we haven't said it enough, thank you, our non-skating officials, our NSOs, coming out here, volunteering your time, your efforts, making sure that our track is safe. We have everything we need. We have the stats we want to have out. We have the timer. We have videographers. We have so many of them.
So many people capturing memories that will last a lifetime. And, you know, I saw that whole pivot line come up during one of the jams last night, so tape workers definitely earning their passes. I think it has something to do with this floor. It seems like really porous and sandy, and I don't think the tape likes to stick to it.
Correct.
If I were to hazard a guess.
And with that, we're going to wrap up our timeout, but not to forget that our timeout's brought to you by Crash Course. That's right, Crash Course will get you and your abilities ready to go to the next level and become an all-star and MVP. So check out ChrissyCrash.com to get yourself signed up today.
Divergence Roller Derby setting themselves up just before that pivot line. That gives Pan Diesel a running start as Spicy Icy sits in the penalty box. Brief power start for Philippines.
And I know, I misspoke. I said the pivot was going to start off, but that was a power start, actually, for Team Philippines. It wasn't the pivot in Hampton Inn. They have the star. And with that means the advantage was for Pan Diesel, and Pan Diesel took advantage of that situation, making sure that they were able to grab lead jammer for this.
Philippines setting up at the back of that pack along straight away, eagerly awaiting the return of Spicy Icy as Pan Diesel puts 4 more on the board. Pack getting jumbled up behind our lovely officiating crew. I love how it's just a jumble of bodies and then somehow somebody emerges. Or they get knocked out and bridged the long way back. Looks like Willow Whips there doing a nice job of bridging their teammate, number 74, I want to say. I can't quite tell the numbers from here. I have bad eyesight.
I know you were saying running. I generally like the hop motion, when they're hopping in and out and just kind of jumping around.
Like hipping and a hopping?
Okay, we have 40 seconds and counting remaining in this jam. The pivot has received our star pass, so we now have Price for Team Divergence as our jammer. That means that the initial pass has been made, which means Team Philippines is done. They've done their work for this jam, and they've went ahead and called it off.
And that was Killy and Aluyan there. Those last 2 lines of defense along the far turn number 2, not letting Divergence Roller Derby get their jammer out that quickly. Just a little bit of extra work. Just, no one's worked hard enough this weekend yet.
Absolutely. And also, I want to make sure we take a quick time and say shout out to Trigger and the Texas Roller Girls Hop Squad. We want to make sure you get some love here during this.
We've got Graceful Dread donning the star for Divergence Roller Derby and Nolos for Philippines with a beautiful star. I don't know if the star has a particular name or not, or sun, but it's beautiful. I love it.
Hinaloa, excellent work there. Was able to go kind of one-on-one, able to get out of the pack. All right, I see we have Team Philippines. They have a new player to our Hampton Inn Suite penalty box. They must be running a weekly special, but with that weekly special, that gives an advantage for Grateful Dread.
Did we get a block rate, a block discount on rooms?
Talking about codes, let's not forget that, again, we are teaming up with 888 and 187 Killer Pads for that massive getaway. So if you haven't done it yet, make sure you get into the interwebs, type in tinyurl.com/y'all-stars giveaway. Make sure you put your name in there. And if you don't want to put your name in there, put my name in there. Again, I'm Squirrel Holmes. I'd love to win $500.
Yeah, you don't just have to sign up for yourself. You can sign up for somebody who doesn't even know it. And then surprise, you get $500.
Early Christmas gift. Christmas gift, right? Be like birthday, Christmas, holiday, just whenever it shows up, surprise them. I'd love that surprise.
You could feel like Oprah just like giving away awesome prizes. Looks like Boppin will be our lead jammer record after a hard fought 20-some seconds. That Habit Barbie now the star in hand.
That definitely wasn't the surprise Team Divergence wanted. They did not want that. As Boppin is pushing through these lines as if they're not on the track right now, honestly. But you know what? As you're seeing here, good communication. That jammer is making those blockers aware of where they need to be in order to give the most impact. And that's how you do it right there. Boppin's going to go one-on-one right now. And Boppin be poppin'. Popped them right off to the track, back up. Popped right back up, right?
Looks like we do have a successful star pass on behalf of Divergence Roller Derby. Has Tessa Hertu, our new jammer of record. That Habit Barbie opting to not have those bad habits as a jammer. I'm going to try having my habits as a blocker.
Yes. And Tessa Hertu has been great as a pivot. I know they've accepted several star passes. I don't know if they've been very successful with trying to get back in after that initial pass because, Team Philippines is being very aware. They know when they need to call it off once they have their points. And even with this lead right now, they're still making sure they're taking that strategy mode, which is what they're going to need to do throughout this tournament. So it's been great.
I always think it's funny when you give the reluctant jammers the pivot cover because you just want to hand the star off as a joke. Be like, I know you don't want this, but this is your job.
All right, and I see that we have a question right here. What's the difference between the incline track and the flat one? I'm going to say the word bank track. I don't
Indeed
know.
it is. There are a few different rules, but I believe that lead jam can go back and forth depending on whoever is further in front of the pack. Like, it's all about positioning.
And positioning is what we have right now as Lala is handing off a star pass being signaled by our team Zebra. Meanwhile, Rice Rocket took off again, making the lead jam, already re-engaged into the pack, trying to earn points. It's going to call it off before
my fellow Canadian Willow Whips can get the opportunity to score. And it looks like Team Divergence is going to call themselves an official timeout. That is going to be a Crash Course timeout. Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want a custom training plan with derby-specific workouts, nutrition strategies, and athlete mindset development curated by our epic team of coaches so you can level up this year? Visit Chrissy Crash, both of those with a K.com to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win. Win. That is a huge plethora of things that they are offering in one sentence. Nutrition strategies and athlete mindset, specific workouts. Like, there is a whole lot that you can get from Chrissy Crash. And I bet if you start now, you World Cup teams, that tournament in July might be
They need 12 weeks. That's 3 months. I mean, we could have a spring special right there. You come out. Be nice. Also want to make sure we give actually we were zooming in right there showing our officials. Again, I know we said it before. I want to say it again because we're never going to say it enough. Thank you so much. Our skaters, our coaches, referees, NSOs, announcers, photographers, videographers, medics, volunteers, vendors, entertainers, sponsors, our after party hosts, and event organizers. And we're talking about after parties. And I know our viewers aren't here, but that is one I'm very excited about this afternoon. So again, these tournaments, including your local games, they're just not available without your sponsorship. So if you're interested in helping out, find your way with your local roller derby team or get a hold of us out here. We're going to do it again next year.
And like, having traveled to like several different tournaments, I really appreciate how much Louisiana Cajun Bayou is like really into supporting this tournament and providing like, hey, you want after parties? We'll do after parties. Here are some venues. Like, they are taking care of the skaters and the spectators because, you know, skaters don't always go to after parties on Fridays.
You know, I mean,
they might have a job or something.
Yeah, they have a tournament to win. That's what happens. They have a tournament to win, so they got to keep their mind frame in place. And you're talking about food. We also have K-Wood as well as K-Wood Radizio Bakery as a sponsor. They're one of our captain sponsors, along with, you know, we can't say it enough, Hampton Inn and Suites. They've definitely been a big sponsor as well as a captain sponsor. Also Currency Bank and Rydell. Thank you so much.
We'll also give a shout out to Roller Derby Athletics, Roller Derby Coaching, Derby Goal Designs, Urban South Brewery, The Station, NOLA, Concussion Roller Derby, hosts of the 2025 MRDA Champs, happening later this year at some point. I'm not sure when. And Chapman Consulting. Those are our bonus sponsors for this weekend.
Yes, and I'm so glad it's the weekend.
I can't even tell what day it is right now. This is day 3 of being inside this beautiful William Harang Auditorium. Yeah. Which kind of gives me mini Roy Wilkins vibes.
I have no idea who that is. My apologies.
Oh, that is the venue in Minneapolis where they had the 2015 championships where Portland or Rose City Rollers won for the first time. Being there was that was my first championships, and that was like an entire experience in itself. I can't describe how like incredible that was. That building was shaking.
Well, as a new announcer, I know we have a lot of new announcers actually here right now. You know, that's one of the beautiful things about this tournament specifically is that, you know, big shout out to PR. PR has been coordinating our announcers. He's given opportunities for myself, other newer ones, give us some exposure, some high-level derby to kind of announce to, be a part of, and really learn from. So it's been a great experience, and so that's probably why I didn't recognize it, because I ain't been that far up north, girl. I've only gone this far west. I guess I need to get out more.
And honestly, if you're a skater, announcing is actually not as hard as you think it is, because you know what's going on. You know the strategies. You know a bit of an idea of, you know, who the skaters are. And you don't even have to be that outgoing. I am the shyest person you'll ever meet. Like, I am terrified of talking to people, but you get me on a microphone, because they're not paying attention to me. They're paying attention to all these skaters. So, like, I can talk all I want.
And you know what? And talking about skaters, it makes it easier when skaters are doing as much as these skaters are doing for us to announce with.
It's almost too much to announce. Like, we're trying to watch, and it's like, I can't say all the wonderful things that all of these skaters are doing. I have to focus. Oh, God. It's so much pressure.
Okay, with that rolling whistle, we have over 20 minutes left in the second half, and we have Hawaii and Misty Maven coming off our jam line.
Misty Maven, I think, starting with the star for the first time in this game, usually in a pivot position, but now trying their hand. I feel like we've seen Misty Maven jam maybe once or twice in the past, or, for a whole game. Oh, and it will be a cut track penalty assessed to Misty Maven. Hawaii KO still able to pick up lead, but will not be able to do so as that helmet cover came off.
That means it's power jam. I've always wanted to do that.
It looked like the jam ref did signal lead for 1 second, but then we're like, oh wait, no, I did see that cover come off. So I respectfully, sorry, I didn't mean it. I think, though, Hawaii KO is smart enough to recognize that they do not have lead, so.
Yes, I mean, that's situational awareness, track awareness, and just experience. We have blockers take a tumble, but that tumble is on those 187 killer pads, so they're going to bounce right back up. But that's not going to hopefully have them in time to get back on the track for Hawaii. Is about to ride in on another wave right now. Oh, look at that.
Hawaii doing a little side surfing motion, getting that first piece of Misty Maven, and Misty Maven getting knocked out bridged a long way back by Hawaii KO.
That was interesting. I've never seen that before. Hawaii KO was recycling themselves back along with the other jammer to re-engage.
Oh, that is something we love to do up in Canada. I don't like to name it on the stream because it's a very scary name if you don't know it, but we call it Eat the Baby.
Okay,
Basically, you knock out that jammer, you draw them all the way back until your pack can come up and join you. We have successfully done it once in a game, and our bench went wild.
I was in awe of it right now. I've never seen that before, and it definitely was impactful. So I like the strategy there. Hawaii is being tied up right now in that the blocker is pushing them back. They weren't able to necessarily recycle, but it was moving in the opposite direction of what we wanted to go on the track.
And I think that was the expiration of our 2-minute jam. So that is a 6-point jam for Philippines, but 8 points picked up by Divergence as we head into jam number 9 of the second half.
Yes, so that means we were 8 jams in before we had our first 2 minutes, which is not how we started off our first half, which means I guess the players are getting more ready. They're just settling in right now. So
Graceful Dead donning that star for Divergence against Pan Diesel. Graceful trying to hop up that inside lane, but Team Philippines was quick to reform in front. That is number 505, Chickadee Demolish there, doing a beautiful job with track awareness, bridging that pack, keeping everybody in play. And also in a good position to possibly help out Pan Diesel if that pack gets compressed enough. Not quite yet, as it's getting stretched to its ultimate limit on that outside. 30-second spot, but a well-earned lead for Graceful Dead.
yes.
That is Graceful Dead's first lead. First lead for...
All right, quitting is not quitting, as they made an available positioning for Hawaii or Pan Diesel to go back through with the initial pass now for Team Philippines, and 4 points on the board right now for Team Divergence. This jam is going to continue on. We've got a little less than a minute to go. Both jammers are actively engaged in the pack. Pan Diesel is going to go ahead and try to go to the outside, realizing that Pan has just passed by. It's going to try to signal to call off. And it did get caught off, so I guess, they have...
I guess they're gunning for another pass through this pack. I think they're feeling confident that blockers could stop them, but you know what? We're not going to let that happen twice. We're going to end things with 8 points for Divergence and holding Philippines to 4.
Yes, we weren't really wanting to see them roll forward as much, but that was, again, both jammers finally seeing where the other jammer was at, decided it was time to go ahead and call it off. It was great, although, both teams ended up scoring points. Team Philippines, while wasn't in the lead that time, was able still to grab 4 points before that whistle was blown.
We've got Spicy Icy with the star for Divergence and Rice Rocket. Rice Rocket trying to take off, but it looks like not all systems are go quite yet. Divergence still providing some technical difficulties, not allowing the takeoff to happen quite yet. But after 20-some seconds, lead does go to Rice Rocket.
Yes, Lala. As soon as Lala realized that the jam roll was gone, they come back initially trying to help out. You saw there Spicy Icy was looking for some help there from Lala, but Lala was too busy moving a blocker out of the way to not really grab that star pass.
And unfortunately now has to position themselves strategically to keep everybody in play, not wanting to destroy that pack. Spicy Icy with star in hand, and it does look like we have ourselves a nice star pass. Team Philippines ready and waiting.
Champagne.
Well on Champagne.
Yes.
All over that. She's like, I
Let's
know what that
snap.
stripe means. I have a stripe myself. And you know what? You're not going to fool me.
But there was a star pass. Looks like Lala is now in control right now of Divergence's ability to score points.
And now is on a power jam as Rice Rocket sent to our Hampton Inn and Suites Jammer Suite. I can't tell what penalty for because I do not see the code, but we can probably get you that information at some point. But nevertheless, Rice Rocket, oh, it's a forearm. Now free from that penalty box. Checkout time has been completed. Lala now getting the first 4 points on the board as our jam clock winds down. We've still got half a period left. Pat kind of setting up camp along that far straightaway. Jammers coming back in as 5 seconds roll down. Doesn't look like Philippines will get Aluyan back for the start of the jam, but it will be 10 seconds or less as Aluyan is standing in that penalty box.
That was fun to watch. It was the jam timer calling it off instead of the jam ref.
I mean, 2 minutes is 2 minutes.
minutes.
That's all you get.
Got to keep the jam timer on their toes, make sure they're paying attention because some of these are going to continue going to 2 minutes, especially as we see the even matchups that are coming off the bench. It looks like Grateful Dead and Boppin's going to come off the bench this time. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Bad Habit Barbie showing us a good habit.
I am loving this jammer matchup. Like, both of these jammers have the coolest hair I have ever seen. Barbie with those beautiful, blue teal braids, and Boppin with those pink pigtails just bopping around as she fights furiously against that last line of defense from Divergence.
Yes.
It's like number 24, Shiv there with the bridge, joined by Dodgenya. And Boppin does ultimately get free of the pack. Barbie getting the instructions to call it off and does so in the nick of time.
Yes, grabbing 3 points while they're calling off the whistle. Tessa Hurtu tried to come back and offer some assistance along with the remaining blockers. It just wasn't quite enough for Bad Habit Barbie to get through. But with that call off, that brings the score now 159-47. And who do you want to talk about right now, Blake?
Oh, this could be shout out to 187 Killer Pads. Industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled excellence. That's 187 Killer Pads. And we are on to the next jam with Rice Rocket trying that inside lane, but Divergence there. I think with a little cloud cover, I want to say, just not making it so easy.
Black Eye Betty is here to do it again, grabbing lead jam coming off the jam line. So Team Divergence is now officially able to earn points. Rice Rocket a little late on the launch, but we still launched pretty quickly.
Did manage to launch past those last Divergence dirty blockers. Now we are getting some instructions from the bench for Black Eye Betty to call it up, but Rice Rocket was able to capitalize on the confusion and did pick up an additional scoring pass.
Yes, now it looks like both teams were able to grab 4 points at the end. So good call with Divergence. Again, like you said, it's not that timing. Every second counts on the track right now, and you're seeing it here with these whistle calls and how we're structuring not to go 2 minutes when we don't have to.
Looks like Graceful Dead donning the star next for Divergence. Can't quite tell. Looks like Champagne. That first time with a star in this game. I want to hazard a guess. Yes,
with
First time
Champagne.
starting with the
Champagne's going to the pivot line.
Champagne obviously providing some pain to these jammers and their blocking position. Now trying their hand to score some points on the board, fighting their way through and picking up that lead advantage.
Yes, Commander Cupcake was in charge there, trying to make sure they were trying to assist with the bridging. But look at that! I feel like we do have a player from Team Philippines that has checked into the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. Looks like we have number 101. Who is that?
That is Aluyan for Team Philippines.
Wonderful. Champagne took lead jam and is currently
being held
Yes.
along that far straightaway. Excellent work by Divergence, spreading that pack to its absolute maximum capacity.
That's
as
brute.
Graceful Dread gets through for a 4-point scoring pass. Champagne now out with 4 points as well and does call it off just in time.
Yes, big shout out for Brute Elicious for doing that. That's exactly who was over there trying to help them out. Champagne was going through, as well as Grateful Dread. Okay, looks like that wrapped up our 13th jam of our second half. We have a little over 10 minutes to go. Want to make sure again, we want to give a shout out again to our captain sponsors, K. Woodward Dizio's Bakery, also Hampton Inn Suites, Currency Bank, and Rydell. Thank you so much. With the whistle, Lala comes running off the jam line on the toe stops, leaving Hawaii in the pack, but for not too long, as Hawaii has got on the way. Both of them are now initial pass, eligible for points.
Riding that wave
is
around the track and getting the instructions to call it off, but it will not be in time.
Yep, 2 points again.
Hawaii able to get their hips past at the conclusion of that fourth whistle. You do have until the fourth whistle blows to score points, so never give up.
Hawaii is quick there. And you know why they're quick? And I'm not sure if I saw them on their feet, but definitely we're going to go ahead and call a timeout. And with that timeout, let's go ahead and give a shout out to Crash Course. Again, if you're ready to take your 2-minute jams and make them feel easy, and if you're tired of second guessing your training routine, let's just be outright. You just want to be more confident on the track. You need to check out Crash Course, because that is what we are here for. They're going to turn you into an MVP. So if you start Crash Course today, within 4 weeks, you're going to be less tired by your 2-minute jam. You give it about 8 weeks. At this point, you're going to have your footwork in line to be faster. And within 3 months, and what we're talking about, that springtime special, you're going to be ready to be the skater everyone wants to see in the, what do you say, the cups?
Yes, the World Cup will be happening in the beginning of July. So if you start your training now, you might be able to elevate your game. If you're already on a national team, I don't see why you would need to. But hey, everybody can stand from, training, improving. We're always wanting to better ourselves.
I mean, I feel like I'm doing that with every second I'm sitting next to you, Blade. So thank you.
Why, thank you.
All right, we have a score again, 169-57. That rolling whistle that we love to hear from our jam timer has gone off, letting us know that our officials need to be in place, our players need to be on the track, and we are going to get back to Derby shortly.
Can't quite tell who is on the jammer line for Divergence, but I do see Hinolos for Philippines. That is Spicy Icy.
That's why you didn't see it.
Very so spicy.
And with Spicy Icy coming hot off that fourth turn, going to go right into the pack, going one-on-one with Team Philippines.
And Trash Bandicoot doing a great job of bridging that pack there.
All right, looks like 505 is headed to the penalty box. Hampton Inn and Suites was accepting vacancies, and Team Philippines took an opportunity to go ahead and check them out. So that means that Spicy Icy has the advantage, only having the 3 blockers on the track right now.
Unfortunately for Spicy Icy, those 3 blockers have managed to put up a formidable formation as we see 505. Chickeny Mauler standing in the penalty box for those remaining seconds, ready to come back in and hopefully save the day for Hinolos at the back of that pack, squaring off against Misty Maven. Misty Maven just being a force to be reckoned with by themselves. Our other 2 blockers just kind of watching, hey, if you need me, I'm here, but,
Trash Branderfoot.
You're doing just great on your own. You keep doing you.
Yes. Trash Branderfoot's going to go into the penalty box for Hampton Inn Suites for a direction call, and I could see how that happened.
We have ourselves a star pass on Team Philippines. That will be Supapo August, our new jammer of record. Spicy Icy getting the instructions to call it, but it will not be in time. There was at least 1 point picked up.
2
points.
Actually,
Getting that
3.
That blocker ghost point was also picked up, and Divergence picking up a total of 7 in this jam. Divergence really putting up the points in the second half. I will have to double check the stats, but I feel like they have done much more in the second half than in the first.
I told you that synergy. They take the halftime seriously there, and in doing so, they're able to kind of refocus, get themselves set, and for that reason, we're going to go ahead and bring back to Jam 16. We got Boppin and Grateful Dread coming off the jam line. Boppin going to the inside and is successful with the pass around. It looks like while they were going around that, Brute's going to go ahead and head on over to the Hampton and Sweets penalty box. That was
It's starting to be a mouthful, and I'm sure that our viewers are kind of starting to memorize this speech on their own about our Hampton Inn and Suites, but you know what? That just proves how great they are. Visit that Hampton Inn and Suites, and they will take good care of you for 30 seconds, or even overnight if you want to stay.
Absolutely. And with that, talking about taking care, Boppin's taking care of the track right now, as Boppin has already made 2 passes after the initial, grabbing 8 points and counting, as they've already passed 2 opponents technically, as they're sitting in the,
And Graceful Dead momentarily losing that star cover, but was able to be aware of the situation and recover it before too much damage was done. Now, the star has been passed up to Broodylicious, getting bumped to that outfield, and will be bridged the long way back by Lillian. Bridging back a little extra just to play it safe. Nobody wants those penalties.
No, they don't. And with penalties, we do have another one for Team Philippines, as Kryptonite is going to head to our Hampton and Sweet penalty box.
Broodylicious with 1 left to beat along the far straightaway, now joined by a second.
Broodylicious really working it, but is unfortunately knocked off the track. It's going to be recycled back, I don't know, I think that's about 40 feet right there, at least.
To the top of that apex. Looks like Killy wanted to go a little bit further, but did have to maintain that pack definition. So, you got to stay somewhat close to your friends.
We got to cover on the ground, as the pivot for Team Divergence has lost their helmet cover. The jam's going to get called off. We have under 5 minutes to go in our second half. Again, 188-64. This is game number 20. We still have so many more games to go throughout today, even tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the big day, though. That's when we're going to have those championship games that everyone's been anticipating through the entire weekend.
Championship Sunday. I believe we are going to see the 2-time defending champions, Black Diaspora, taking on Team Canada. I'm not 100% sure on that, but what I am 100% sure of is what the stats that our lovely producer Dottie has provided me. At halftime, Team Divergence had 20-some points. They have tripled their score in the second half and still have 4.5 minutes to add a few more points.
Yes, and also want to make sure you're aware we are currently on a timeout, and so with the timeout, we want to make sure we let you know about Crash Course. They offer custom training, specific workouts related to Derby, nutrition strategies. They really help you create that athlete mindset to help you develop and curate, and it's curated by an epic team right there. So as you see right here on the screen, we have Team Divergence right there. I don't know if they've necessarily taken advantage of the ChrissyCrash.com, but, I'm sure they're going to know about it after this tournament, because we have definitely been talking a lot about it as timeouts are being called.
And yes, indeed, checking that chat. For being a team that has not played yet together before, Divergence is really showing up to this tournament and proving that, you know what, we're here and we are a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely. And I mean, with this, it looks like we had a power start here, and yes, we did. Power start handed off to Hawaii as the wave was ridden right off the jam. That didn't go as smoothly as I thought it was going to.
Yes, Broodylicious apparently picking up a penalty at the conclusion of that last jam gives Hawaii KO a nice little power start. Now Brute standing for those remaining seconds of the penalty box as Hawaii just flies around this pack.
Yes, a little 360 action there by Hawaii, and another little 360 by Hawaii with 4 points to add on that turn.
Broodylicious with star in hand, opting to keep that star as lane number 1 was nicely opened up for that initial pass. Team Philippines losing Pascua momentarily to our Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. Hawaii KO getting popped out, but is quick back in with the attempted knockout on that 3-wall from Divergence, but Divergence is sticking together very well in this formation. Getting knocked out, bridged the long way back. I want to say that is Lieutenant Jan, possibly?
Lieutenant Jan, I love that derby name. Both jammers.
Lieutenant Jan, you got no legs.
Both jammers are running back pretty far right now. I see Hawaii is kind of standing and pointing back at their jam ref. I find that pretty interesting, but hey, they definitely know a lot more than I do when it comes to this. So
Hawaii KO now joining the blocking contingent for Philippines, taking the place of Charger in that Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. Hey, you know what? Sometimes, hey, why not? You can have a 5th blocker. They just happen to have a star on their head. It is totally okay to employ that strategy. It's
yes.
like Divergence roller derby, losing Lieutenant Jan at the conclusion of that jam. So that'll give a slight pack advantage to Team Philippines. And hey, that's a nice score for Divergence.
Yes. I mean, again, Divergence, what I found out, I think I spoke with Bad Habit Barbie. A lot of their jammers are from Los Angeles, so the jammers are definitely familiar with themselves. The blockers, it's beautiful how they're really coming together. And like you said, a newer team, I see so much future. There's so much potential in every one of their players. And with that potential, we got Miss T Maven coming off the jam line along with, guess what?
Nobody saw that Rice Rocket
No.
shoot off and earn lead, wasting absolutely no time.
Yeah.
Now back into the pack, but Divergence ready and waiting. That is our very own Mary Chaos there.
And Miss T Maven, I know you saw it there on the screen, jumped about 3 or 4 times on the toe stop to the outside. They did make the initial pass, but wasn't quite quick enough to get back around the track to put any points on the board for that jam. So we're going to wrap up Jam 18, score 4-8, bringing it up to 207-69. Team Philippines in the lead. We have a little over a minute and a half left to go, y'all. This is game 20. It's about to be wrapped up and put a little bow on the top and be ready for the next one, right?
Yep, wrapped up in a nice little package there. I bet you could put Misty Maven out there with no wheels, just toe stops only, and they would, score 30 points easily.
It's funny you should say that, because I remember seeing a skater yesterday actually losing 2 wheels, a whole trunk, and they continued to skate. It was crazy. But with the whistle, you see that Pan Diesel did grab a lead jammer for this jam. That means that Bad Habit Barbie is still currently engaged in the pack. They're still back there by the initial jam line, but makes an advantage. Now we're back up to the pivot line for Bad Habit Barbie. And with that, that means that we also, looks like Pan Diesel is being tied up right now. Team Divergence Wall is coming together.
Oh, looks like Bad Habit Barbie possibly did pick up. No, it looked like their jam ref was signaling a forearm call, but relented to call it the no lead. Possibly getting instructions from the ref on the outside of the pack. And if we get timeout will be called. That'll give us one more jam, courtesy of Crash Course.
Yes, and before we get to that, just shout out to Trash Branderfoot. They definitely pushed that jammer out, forcing that call off. But with that call off, that means we have a timeout happening right now. And that timeout, like we said, is brought to you by Crash Course. Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength and conquer self-doubt. They create a habit of high performance to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. So if you want to make your 2-minute jams feel easy, visit ChristyCrash.com, learn more, because life is a contact sport. So what does that mean, Blade?
You got to win.
Yes.
You see our happy jammers eagerly awaiting this final jam. All smiles. That's what we like to see. Man, they are super excited.
I mean,
that is Black Eye Betty there with Boppin just vibing out there during this.
Boppin has a beautiful smile. I mean,
Boppin is just beautiful to watch. Like that pink hair just flowing carelessly in the breeze as they do laps around this pack.
Absolutely. So with Boppin coming to the jam line as well as Black Eye Betty, we're going to get the last and final jam underway here for game 20.
Interesting strategy there. Black Eye Betty positioning themselves strategically to ensure that their tripod captured Boppin before taking off and securing lead for Divergence roller derby.
Black Eye Betty is giving it the all, the best, and what we all want to be right now on the track. Black Eye Betty, look at that. Look at the force. Look at the athleticism right here. To the inside, not stopping, trying to get that leg around. If they could just push. I don't know why I feel like I can help them with my words right now.
It's like when you yell at the TV, you're watching hockey or something, you yell at people to shoot.
Yes.
It's like, you know they can't hear you, but do you
I'm
ever
over
see
here
that one
grunting.
commercial where the hockey player's like, thank you for telling me to shoot. I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't been screaming relentlessly at your television. So you know what? I think cheering from abroad does inspire people somehow subconsciously.
And talking about cheering, Divergence is definitely cheering as they were able to claim lead jam and are currently already put some points on the board. Their whole team is up on all 8 wheels right now.
Both teams all standing for the conclusion of this game. That is Coach Easy Break Oven there giving the instructions to deliver that final call off. That'll give Divergence a total of 8 more points, bring them up to 77. They started this half with 20 points.
They
Maybe
did.
21?
Hey,
20.
Team Divergence is going to be one to reckon with in the future. Again, they're a newer team. I love what they're standing for. I love each one of their players. They have been a phenomenal watch throughout this tournament. Team Philippines has definitely been one to watch through this tournament. They have not disappointed me at all with every single game I've seen them play so far. So,
and every game is a learning opportunity. Whether you win more by losing than you do by winning. So Team Divergence definitely coming away with some notes and ready to take on the world. This is only like the first tournament of 2025, I want to say, the first large tournament.
And as you probably heard,
track.
that rolling whistle means that we have a final score confirmed. 2-11-77. Team Philippines is the winner of game 20. We do have another game coming up to you next. Who do we have next, Blake?
We have Jewish Roller Derby taking on Louisiana. And then after that, we are going to have our Open Division, Pennsylvania, taking on Trans Rollers United. And then we are going to wrap up tonight with 2 games from our Junior Division, Tomorrowland and Druid City, and Red Stick versus Dallas. So full 4th day of Derby action coming at you. I have been Blade.
I've been Squirrellock Holmes, a.k.a. the Lorax, for a little bit today.
And we have been joined by our lovely producer, Dottie.
Yes.
We'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and don't go too far because, Jewish Roller Derby in Louisiana.
And let's give a shout out to Evie. Evie's been over here producing too, camera, and also, so we're going to go ahead and wrap it up now.
Thank you, Evie.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Hi folks, Tui Lion here, and I'm here to ask you if your helmet is cooked. Whether you're on the derby track or at the skate park, your helmet has one job: to protect you. So let's check out your helmet together and find out if it's still doing its job. Look for the following signs to determine if the EPS foam in your helmet has deteriorated. 1. Physical cracks or deformations. 2. Soft spots. 3. Discoloration. 4. Separation from the shell. 5. Age. Helmets should be replaced every 3 years depending upon usage, even if they appear to be in good condition. 6. Unusual odors. Let's move on to the outer shell and consider your previous impacts. If the helmet has been involved in a significant impact, the EPS foam could be compromised even if no visible damage is apparent. If the strap adjusters, clip, or straps are compromised, your helmet placement might be compromised if you take a fall. Last but not least, if your helmet doesn't fit you properly, it's not going to do its job when you need it most. Your helmet should sit about 1 finger width above your eyebrows and stay put when you're moving around or shaking your head. Visit 888.com to find out about our cutting-edge helmet technology and designs. The most certifications, the latest technology, the best fit. We've got you covered.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Inquiry number 80393, company is Seba Guide.
Find myself still around this wall. takes a while just to get back on your feet. When you called me, I was struggling to put myself together and stop my spiraling. It'll take some time to process what I'm feeling, and I can't let myself fall asleep.
Hello there, everybody. It is not a Crash Course timeout quite yet, but we are coming to you for Y'all Stars 2025. We are on day 3, game number 21. It's a consolation bracket game in our main division. One of our host leagues, Team Louisiana, taking on Jewish Roller Derby. I'm P. Armageddon.
And I'm Shady Hawkins, and I am pleased to be here on my first day.
Your first day. We're glad to have you, Shady.
And actually, it's my first day ever. First time at Y'all Stars. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
It's
and also
been such a fun time.
We also have our producer extraordinaire, the one, the only Kate Silver, backing us up here.
Thank you, Kate.
So we're going to go ahead and introduce you to our 2 teams playing here today. I'll go ahead and start with Team Louisiana in the blue. Number 0 is Daddy-O Longlegs. 020 Mississippi Blues. 0429 Carmina Piranha. Number 10, The Antichrist. 113 Block Nest Monster. 13 is Bose. 14 Sachet. 187 Kindly Kills. 1898 Papaya on Fire. 206 is Skella. 228 Comet Kazi. 29 I'm a Pusher. 343 Twinkle Toes. 414 Violent Femme. Number 5 I Shove Lucy. 689 is Metamorphosis. 77 is Smash Ketchum. And number 8 is your captain. Rest in pieces. They're coached by Graham Reaper, Blasian, and Bree Aggressive.
And a big hello again to Jewish Roller Derby. Tzolchaim Tov, everybody. Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos, depending on where you are. For Jewish Roller Derby, we're going to see 018 Days, number 100 Original Sin, number 1212 Dai Dayenu, number 14 Sonnet Boom, number 167 Judas Maccabee, number 22 Kvetch, number 23 Lotka Nest Monster, number 30 Stabby Cat, number 350 Meshuggah Enough, number 44 Lunatic Lovegood, number 50 Cold Train, number 613 Borscht Belt Bruiser, who will also be serving as your captain today, and number 62 Spider Wham, number 69 Labia Minora, number 713 Schindler's Fist, number 75 Singular Theyhem, number 89 Lobo Fantastico, and number 999 Oy Vey.
That is Jewish Roller Derby. We have a little bit of a storyline in this game. Not much, it's nothing huge, but just a little thing to think about. So, one of your coaches for Team Louisiana, for Jewish Roller Derby today, is Little Miss Maggot, who also skates for Red Stick Roller Derby in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and who's also skated for Team Louisiana.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm not done, but wait, there's more.
There's more.
Number 100 Original Sin and also number 30 Stabby Cat are also Red Stick Roller Derby skaters and have also skated for Team Louisiana.
Le Gasp.
Le Gasp. So there's a lot of familiarity going on in this game if you haven't picked up on my cues here.
Just a tad. So, and it's always interesting whenever we see skaters that kind of, cross over between these teams, which we actually do see quite a bit of at tournaments like this, where we do have a lot of our borderless teams. A lot of these teams made up, they're almost made up exclusively of skaters who don't, necessarily skate together all the time. Some which do, maybe a couple, here or there. But for the most part, these are teams that have come together out of necessity for representation of their community. And so sometimes we get a little crossover like that, and sometimes we don't. But every time, it ends up being pretty fun.
It does, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with this game. Swoopy whistle means we're about to get started skating momentarily. Looking at our jam line, I can tell you right now for Team Louisiana, wearing the Fleur de Lis jammer cap will be Twinkle Toes.
And that'll be Dai Dayenu for Jewish Roller Derby. Dai Dayenu immediately pulling that star cover off, wasting no time. Schindler's Fist on the receiving end of that star pass.
Meanwhile, Twinkle Toes did get out front and earn lead jammer. Now looking for points in the scoring pass. And Toes decided to call it off. Let's see, it looks like 3 points picked up on the pass, so Team Louisiana with the first points of our game.
Could we maybe speculate that was the fastest first jam in a hot minute?
I'm down with that. I think it's a possibility.
That was the speed at which Dai Dayenu ripped off their helmet cover was, just wham bam, thank you.
And Twinkle Toes is a very, very, very quick jammer, so of course getting out front and getting lead rather rapidly. So a lot of evidence there to support your claim, Shady. Off we go with jam number 2, Carmina Piranha, wearing the Fleur de Lis for Louisiana, and that is Sonnet Boom jamming for Jewish Roller Derby.
It's going to be Carmina out first. Sonnet Boom also, again, with a very quick star pass right off the line, except it's Spider Wham this time on the receiving end of that star pass. Looking for an opening on the front of the pack. They're not quite able to find it, so Team Louisiana able to create that 3-wall up front, a little bit of a block-to-puss situation.
Likewise in the back, too, Jewish Roller Derby's defense really trying to just stick to Carmina Piranha. Going to force the reset on the outside in turn 2. Meanwhile, going back up to the front. We're going to bring everybody back together now in front of us here in turn number 2.
Both of those teams there for a minute in through that apex in turn number 2, really spreading that bridge out, and it broke at one point, but Jewish Roller Derby able to collapse it back together fairly quickly.
Carmina Piranha skates through for the 4-point pass for Louisiana. Meanwhile, Pack is sitting in turn number 3. Great braced wall work there by Louisiana in the front of that Pack, just keeping Spider-Wham at bay, forcing the drawback there on Wham.
Again, these drawbacks particularly long, I'm noticing, for both of these teams, so really wanting to create a lot of bit of extra distance right here at the front of the game, which, sometimes, a positive strategy, wear out our opponents fairly quickly, but other times you really got to be careful of that distance because eventually, you're going to start seeing penalties come from that.
That's right. Carmina Piranha through for another scoring pass. And Spider-Wham able to make it through for the initial pass. And Mina now going to the outside, tries to edge around, is going to call it off with one skate out. We'll look at a few more points there. It looks like it's going to be an 8. Here's our replay as we see Carmina Piranha working that outside lane. Now goes to the inside. And again, once again, great footwork by Mina going to the outside and making that clear pass earlier in the jam. And that was an 11-point jam for Louisiana, giving them 14 points now. Jewish Roller Derby still looking for their first points of the game. That is going to be Papaya on fire, jamming for Louisiana, and that is Days with the star on for Jewish Roller Derby.
Days looking for that center line right behind and is not going to find it. Meanwhile, Papaya on fire out front as lead jammer. I believe this is setting a precedent now for Team Louisiana.
I believe they've captured it all 3 jams heading in here. And Papaya going to get recycled back toward the jam line.
Days is out and making that turn into turn number 1, hitting the top of the apex. Ooh, a shoulder check.
Thomas through and Smash Ketchum took that hit. Jam was called off and looks like it'll be 1 point for Jewish Roller Derby, the first point of the game. Louisiana takes away 4, giving them 18 points. Lining up here for jam number 4 of our first period. Off we go. Who do we have jamming there, Shady?
We've got Schindler's Fist jamming for Jewish Roller Derby, as well as Sachet for Team Louisiana. Schindler's Fist out front, 2 blockers left to go. Pack is broken. They're forced to go back into turn number 1. Penalties are being issued.
The position penalty assessed to Jewish Roller Derby.
That's going to be number 23, Latka Monster. Have you ever had Latkas, PR?
I have had latkes before, yes.
They are so
They're delicious.
Oh, yummy.
Sachet picking up lead jammer there, now skating around, looking for some points, meeting up at the back of the Pack. Shoveled to the outfield, going to have to quickly get back into the fray. Going to get recycled back into turn number 2.
So again, we're starting to see some of these long drawbacks. Both of these teams really making this happen. Star pass now by Jewish Roller Derby. Lunatic Lovegood now going to wear the star.
Sachet looking to get on the outside. Now gets through to the middle. Going to call it off from the infield. Let's look at our point total. 3 points picked up for Louisiana. JRD kept off the board on that jam, so 21-1. And look at our replay here. You can see Sachet on that outside lane. Great vision to kind of slice through the middle of the Pack, go to the inside, and just spin out and immediately with the call off. Great vision there, great awareness, track awareness there for Sachet. And we're going to have a crash course team timeout called by Jewish Roller Derby. Give me a second to talk about our friends at Crash Course. Chrissy Crash also being a great sponsor this year for Y'all Stars. Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Do you want a custom training plan with derby-specific workouts, nutrition strategies, and athlete mindset development curated by our epic team of coaches so you can level up this year? That's a lot. But yes, if the answer is yes, contact ChrissyCrash.com, KRISSYKRASH.com to learn more. Life's a contact sport. Win.
And during that last jam, also, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the Hampton Inn penalty box,
Yes.
getting a little bit of movement in there
Yes.
from a couple of pack penalties. So thank you to Hampton Inn for sponsoring our penalty box this
It's just
weekend.
about check-in time for the actual Hampton Inn, so people might be checking in a little bit early.
A little early. So, although
Here.
honestly, to be fair,
To be fair.
to be fair, both of these teams, pretty cautious the first 3-ish jams, and then we started seeing a little bit of the discombobulation, which usually ends up in somebody being sent to have a seat.
Yep.
So, both of these teams playing a little bit cautiously, but at the same time, now starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, really starting to push maybe some boundaries.
And we're starting to see those jammer rotations set up back in now as Twinkle Toes back out there for Louisiana, but I think first time for Singular Mayhem jamming for JRD.
Yes, Singular Mayhem now out wearing the star for Jewish Roller Derby. Singular Mayhem tracked at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, out front, it's going to be Twinkle Toes as lead jammer for Team Louisiana.
They got his Twinkle Toes second lead jam status and a star pass. Was that a star pass? No, I'm sorry.
Star Pass
Thought
by
it was,
Jewish
yes.
Roller Derby. Original Sin looking to close the gap and force the call off.
One of the skaters we talked about, former Team Louisiana skater, Red Stick Roller Derby skater, their Original Sin, but not able to capitalize as the jam was called off by Twinkle Toes.
Something I gotta say that I really find myself commenting on other teams is the nature of the speed of the Star Pass. And I've got to say, what I'm seeing so far from Jewish Roller Derby is that this is something that they have mastered. So no time is wasted whatsoever. People are in the correct position at the correct time, and they are getting that star passed in such a way that it's really limiting the scoring ability of Team Louisiana.
Agreed. Here we go with jam number 6. Carmina Pirana with the start with the Philly lead for Louisiana, but lead jammer will go to Sonic Boom for Jewish Roller Derby.
And now we'll see kind of a little bit of a kind of tucking in the edges, if you will, of the jammer rotation for Jewish Roller Derby. Sonnet Boom looking to enter the back of the pack through the outside, finds it, gets at least one set of hips, but we'll see how many we can get before the call-off. And it will be a 3. We see the little wiggling thumb, but not before Team Louisiana picks up a 3 of their own.
Yeah, and also that was the first lead jam status for JRD in the game. So breaking that streak. Thank you very much, Kate Silver, for the information.
And here we see that lead jammer break, lateral move to the inside through turn number 1, and there it is. High fives all around.
And we're getting set up here for jam number 7. Off we go. I see Papaya on fire. We're in the fleur-de-lis, and that is Days wearing the star for Jewish Roller Derby.
Days looking for an opening on the inside line. Finds it with a little bit of an offensive assist. That assist coming in the form of Stabby Cat.
But Papaya on fire able to get out first and earn that lead jammer status.
Days quickly coming through turn number 4, though, to really put the pressure on the back of the pack. One set of hips. Definitely in the pocket for Team Louisiana. Let's see how many more.
Whistles blowing as the jam comes to an end. And I see 2 more points. 2 more points picked up for Louisiana. 1 for Jewish Roller Derby.
Jewish Roller Derby able to pick up that 1 point.
28-5 your score now. 21 minutes, 44 seconds left to go in our first period. Jam number 8, away we go. That is Schindler's Fist with the star for Jewish Roller Derby. Sachet with the fleur-de-lis for Louisiana.
Sachet looking for an opening on the inside up front. Little bit of a whip off of a teammate, really spreading that pack thin. Bose having to drop off in order to create that bridge. Now Sachet has earned lead, however, but has been resucked back up into the pack. Will still need to complete that initial. In the meantime, at the back, that's going to be Schindler's Fist trying to find an opening since lead has already been awarded. Going to attempt another one of those quick star passes, but unfortunately, the pivot is up at the very front of the pack.
Louisiana had a really great blocking contingent in the back, but everybody kind of just converged in turn number 2. Sachet able finally to escape the pack fully as lead jammer.
Blocking with the head penalty now to Schindler's Fist. We're going to have, I believe, our first power jam of this game.
You are correct. Shady Hawkins, power jam for Team Louisiana. And Sachet working around in turn number 3. Able to skate around through the inside. Pass complete, 4 points. Pack getting spread out a little bit now. Now everybody kind of coming back in to turn number 3. And nice blocking there by Team Louisiana. I saw Rest in Pieces, and I believe that was Bose. Yep, opening a lane there for Sachet. Jam is called. Looks like an 8-point jam there for Sachet.
Important moment for that jam to be called. Schindler's Fist still stuck in the Hampton Inn penalty box. So we will have a power start in favor of Team Louisiana.
Really quick look at our live chat here. I'm watching as we go. Some great compliments for our broadcast overall production. We've had a lot of good words about that so far this weekend. Thanks to our friend Evie and to Thin Mint and to our volunteers who are helping out with the broadcast all weekend.
10 out of 10 broadcast crew. Do recommend.
Would do again. Yes.
Would do again.
Off we go with this next jam. Twinkle Toes out front and lead jammer for Louisiana. Schindler's Fist now out of that Hampton Inn Suites penalty box.
Twinkle Toes in for a scoring pass, looking for an opening on the inside.
Wow.
Finds it.
Bose with the whip of the century right there to basically threw Twinkle Toes forward to get the 4 points.
Sometimes you just need to shot put your teammate.
Yeah, I need you here. Twinkle Toes going to reset now back in turn number 2 on another scoring pass. And another star pass completed by Jewish Roller Derby.
Spider Wham going to be wearing the star in this circumstance, but jam will be called off before anything can be done about it.
8-point jam for Louisiana. Here's our replay. Check out this nice work here in the front of that pack there. You can see.
And here we go.
Yeah,
Here's
Twinkle
that
Toes
moment.
on the inside, and shimmy, shimmy, go, and whip. I want to thank one of our great sponsors real quick. 187 Killer Pads, often imitated, never duplicated. Off we roll here. Carmina Pirano wearing the fleur-de-lis for Louisiana.
Up front is going to be Dai Dianu with 2 blockers left to go. Now make that 3. Dai Dianu pushing that tripod further and further away from the pack. Stabby Cat looking to help establish and...
Great block up front there to free up Dai Dianu. Was able to get through and pick up lead jammer for Jewish Roller Derby.
Prior to this, Jewish Roller Derby, 5 star passes already so far out of 10 jams.
And that's their second lead jammer status so far in the first half.
Dai Dianu working very hard to catch up to the pack.
Oh.
Traffic jam right in
like
front of our announce table.
We're going to stop and make sure everybody's okay. Dai Dianu
There's
talking.
lots,
Seems like
there's lots of
okay.
smiling. There's lots
Yes.
of happiness. We'll see if any penalties will result from that or if the jam was at its conclusion before there was any.
Not sure if all the whistle blasts were done. We're going to find that out. Our referees will consider 3 points picked up by JRD on the pass. And we're going to have a crash course official timeout, I think, to discuss this.
So I would agree. So I think this is a perfect opportunity for the officials to discuss that impact and perhaps if we should be so blessed by the production gods, perhaps we will have a replay. But you know, it's definitely an interesting circumstance, you know, in that moment because the call off occurred, but then there was also no subsequent fall small or any sort of anything. So I'm concerned that there may be some consequences for that, but at the same time, I'm not seeing any movement by the officials, so I'm guessing
referees are going to their positions, so it doesn't seem like anybody's going to the Hampton Inn Suites penalty box. So I think we're going to come out of this clean. And thankfully, everybody involved is okay.
You know, everything must be a wash.
That's it. Let's get back to skating then, if that's going to be the case. I see Papaya on fire back there with the fleur-de-lis for Louisiana, and that is going to be Singular They Him with the star for Jewish Roller Derby.
But it is Papaya on fire, and out, even before the pivot line as lead jammer.
If something's on fire right now with Papaya, it's the toe stops, because Papaya just ran through the inside of that line on the toe stops and just went right on through to pick up lead jammer.
Did you hear how smooth you were just then?
I am so smooth. Like butter. Papaya taking a spill there in turn number 2. Going to get quickly back up, though. And through the pack, making the initial pass there is Singular They Him.
Singular They Him finally out with a little bit of a stash action.
And jam will be called off. Let's see about any points. Nothing for JRD on that pass. Waiting for Louisiana.
Full 4.
Full 4. There we go. So you're scoring now 48-8. Louisiana with the lead over Jewish Roller Derby. 16 minutes, 30 seconds to go in our first period.
You know, commenting on Jewish Roller Derby's ability to star pass, you know, equally as formidable is Team Louisiana's ability to time that call off at just the right moment to cause a little bit of the panic, but not give anything away.
Exactly. Off we go with jam number 12, Sachet with the fleur-de-lis for Louisiana. Sonnet Boom, jamming for Jewish roller derby. And Sachet through the pack on the inside. They're going to get a scoring pass right there. 4 points. Sonnet Boom getting a little bit of difficulty there in the middle. And Sachet to the inside. Another scoring pass complete. 8 points now. Quickly tallied up here for Louisiana.
Sonic Boom with a little bit of offensive assistance there by Coltrane, but it didn't really seem to work. But we do have an almost star pass.
Almost star pass.
Ooh, let me tell you how sneaky that was. There was some like under the body hand movement in there. That was some sneaky maneuvering that makes the coach in me very proud.
Jam is called. Looks like 2 more points picked up by Louisiana. 10-point jam. 58-8 is your score now. I want to thank some of our sponsors here at Y'all Stars this year. Our captain level sponsors, Kaywood and Rendazzo's Bakery, Hampton Inn Suites, our penalty box sponsor, and one of our tourney hotels also. Currency Bank and Rydell.
Thanks.
Thank y'all so much. We love you. Thank you for sponsoring Y'all Stars. Here we go with jam number 13. We have Days with the star for Jewish roller derby. Twinkle Toes is the Louisiana jammer.
And Days out front, 1 blocker left to go through the top of the apex, and it is going to be Days, lead jammer for Jewish roller derby.
Bose was sticky blocking there really, really well. Days had to really work to get around the outside there to pass Bose. Penalty in the pack, going to be on Jewish roller derby.
That's going to be number 44 of Jewish roller derby, Lunatic Lovegood.
Pivot to the Hampton Inn Suites penalty box. Meanwhile, Days, gets through the pack, completes the scoring pass, gets to full 4. Great job there by Days to get through, squeak through, and call it off.
8-point jam in total by Jewish roller derby. So, and here's we're gonna see that replay.
Here comes
through
Days
and
and that shimmy on the inside to the outside, took the hit, stayed upright.
And that's what we call mutual initiation. Up until now, Jewish roller derby hadn't gotten more than 3 points, per jam. So, perhaps a change in momentum.
Yeah, a couple of good jams here right now, and they keep momentum going. They can get right back into this. They're not out of it by a long shot. Off we go. Carmina Piranha and Schindler's Fist are your jammers. Carmina Piranha trying to go to the outside, going to try to step back in and work the outside lane a little bit.
Excellent job by Carmina Piranha there, really being super aware of where the toe stops of the skate are for her, and not wasting any space recycling back too far.
Great job here, I see, by Kindly Kills trying to open up that pack a little bit, open up that blocking contingent for Jewish roller derby, but everybody stuck back around except for Schindler's Fist, who is your lead jammer.
Schindler's Fist coming through for a scoring pass, 1 set of hips passed. We're going to go ahead and call it off. Yep, and we will get that 1 point.
Yep.
So I think the Jewish roller derby bench was wanting to see if they could run that, but better the one and none, perhaps sometimes.
So a great nugget of information from Kate Silver here. 4 leads for JRD, all gotten by 4 different jammers.
Interesting.
Yep. So no one jammer is really dominating their lead jammer stat I. So
stat I.
Statuses just sounds really weird, and I have a little bit of a lisp, so stat I works for me.
Okay. Daidaenu wearing the star for Jewish roller derby. Meanwhile, for Team Louisiana, that's going to be Papaya on Fire. Papaya on Fire is out first, but is not lead.
Nope.
Lead is still open for Daidaenu, and it's going to be Daidaenu.
Right there.
Is the lead officially.
And Daidaenu was maybe thinking about calling, but chose not to here and going to keep going with the jam.
Papaya on Fire looking at the jam ref like, I'm going to call, why can't I do that?
And Daidaenu calls it right there as Papaya came back up, but the 1 scoring pass was completed. 4 points for Louisiana and 2 more points for Jewish roller derby. Thanks to more of our awesome sponsors. Let's talk about our crowd level sponsors. We have Roll One, Allstate Haiti Agency, Nearby Notary, Creative Counseling and Wellness, LLC, and Raising Cane's.
Chicken.
One love. Woo, woo.
That dog is so cute, though.
I'll tell you a funny story. I used to eat at the original Raising Cane's in Baton Rouge all the time when I was a student at LSU.
Way to be a hipster.
Yeah, I'm a hipster. I was there before it got famous. Anyway, here we go. We have Sachet with the star, for the lead for Louisiana. Singular They Him for Jewish Roller Derby. Sachet out front and lead.
Little bit of a long drawback.
Sachet working in the back of that pack, now trying to scoot through in the inside, but great job. Oh, nice wall bust up front there by Bose. Trying to free her jammer up. The Jewish roller derby is so good at reforming these walls. They get back so quickly to get in front of the jammer.
Absolutely. Coltrane taking a moment to do just that and break that up. But meanwhile, it's going to be, let me see, with the drawback.
Oh, there goes Sachet through the inside. Completes the pass. 4 points for Louisiana.
That drawback brought to us by I Shove Lucy on Singular They Him. Singular They Him looking for an opening on the inside line.
And
instead meets the chest
that
of
was Bose.
Bose.
Yep. And most people don't bounce off of Bose and stay upright. So good job by Singular They Him to stay up on the wheels.
Star pass has occurred. Coltrane now wearing the star. Well, holding the star more accurately.
And great camera shot here. These defenses. The Sachet able to skate around, but able to complete the pass for the 4 points.
These packs.
Jewish Roller be leading a blocker to the penalty box. That is Stabby Cat.
These packs are really interesting to me because they either are hyper contracted and there's very little movement, or they're very spread out and everything is everywhere. It's like the difference between like an ice molecule and a vapor molecule. They're just like, and that's a science thing.
I love science references.
That's a science thing. Ask your parents about it.
Look it up. Google it. And that jam comes to an end. It looks like we have 16 points in total for Louisiana, giving them 78. 19 points after a scoreless jam there for Jewish Roller Derby. 9 minutes, 13 seconds, which allows me to talk about a few more sponsors. Let's going to go to our royal sponsors. 187 Killer Pads, 888 Poster Giant, and our friends at Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. Thank you all so much for your sponsorship and support of Y'all Stars.
So Team Louisiana now putting down the largest jam of the game thus far at 16 points. We do have a official timeout.
It's a crash course official timeout.
It is a crash course official timeout, but it's because Jewish Roller Derby does need to place someone on the track. And it looked like there may have been some conversation with that Hampton Inn penalty box.
Possibly, but
based off of some bench chatter. But, you know, that's bench chatter and not from the officials.
And they do have a full contingent on the track. So off we roll with jam 17, Twinkle Toes for Team Louisiana, and Sonnet Boom jamming for Jewish Roller Derby.
Sonnet Boom looking for an opening on the inside, not going to find it, but on the outside is going to be Twinkle Toes. Twinkle Toes with one blocker left to go, now two. Kvetch the final form of defense. And yes, it is going to be Twinkle Toes as a lead, but out quickly now is Sonnet Boom. So Sonnet Boom now putting the pressure on Twinkle Toes.
Watching Twinkle Toes pinball through that pack during that first pass reminds me, I'm pretty sure, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm pretty sure Twinkle Toes is partially made of rubber because they will bounce all through any kind of pack to get through and just no wasted motion, continued momentum to get through, and that is just Twinkle Toes to a T.
Gum gum. Gum gum. Fruit. That's an anime reference.
Aha. So we're going to get a lineup for Jam 18, 82-19 in favor of Louisiana over Jewish Roller Derby. If you're just tuning in, welcome to 2025 Y'all Stars, Day 3.
Day 3.
One more day to go after we're done here. We've had a great weekend so far. And speaking of great, Days is having a great time right now. It's lead jammer. Oh, yes, lead jammer for Jewish Roller Derby. So Days is having a great days right now for Days.
So Jewish Roller Derby indicating that there might be a power jam, but that is not the case. Carmina Pirana is still on the track. There was a no pass, no penalty situation that was being signaled by the officials. I think that might have been where the confusion was. But Days will put 4 points on the board for Jewish Roller Derby, holding Team Louisiana to a goose egg.
Looking at our chat, somebody got your One Piece reference, and it's Senor Poo Poo. Hey, Senor Poo Poo.
Dun, 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 dun. As we see Days through for that lead jammer.
We know y'all have been giving us some good compliments on the stream. You know, a lot of y'all really love the replay. We love the replay too as announcers because it gives us a little bit of an opportunity to dissect the play, which is awesome. Off we go here, Jam at number 19. Elite Jam are going to go to Schindler's Fist for Jewish Roller Derby.
Schindler's Fist with a quickness
Yes.
being awarded lead. I think that was maybe right at the pivot line. In the meantime, Papaya on Fire being drawn back now all the way past the jammer line as Schindler's Fist is on that first scoring pass of this go-round.
Schindler's Fist through on the inside, completes that pass, gets past Bose for 4 points. And a scrum pack here moving around into turn number 1 area. Papaya going to get knocked out of bounds again. Papaya's having a tough time with his JRD defense in this jam.
You know, it's really interesting, though, now that we see, now the pack is spread. Let's see how this is going to change the dynamic. And it does. So Papaya on Fire able to make it through and star pass sufficiently.
That goes to Bose for Louisiana. Whistles in the pack. I'm seeing a position penalty on Jewish Roller Derby.
3 position penalties on Jewish Roller Derby simultaneously.
And it looks like also a penalty against Bose as the pivot. Bose dropped the jammer cap cover, sitting as the pivot, I believe. So there was a star pass not officially completed. Star does go back to Papaya on Fire. So it's been an illegal star pass penalty, I guess, on Bose.
And now a track cut being called on Schindler's Fist.
Whoa, this is
after putting 8 points up on the board for Jewish Roller Derby. What is happening,
I
PR?
can contest the Hampton Inn Suites actual hotel does not have a revolving door. The penalty box version apparently does.
Dr. Silver, help. What's happening? Save us.
3 points picked up by Papaya on Fire. 8 points, meanwhile, for Schindler's Fist, who is still in the Hampton Inn Suites penalty box.
And we will go the full 2-minute jam, which ends right now.
Yes, and we'll get extra points. 4 points in the pocket there for JRD. So a 12-point jam for them. 7 points for Louisiana. 89-35 now is your score.
And based on the coach's position, I anticipate a clock stoppage inbound.
So Kate's back here doing a little bit of a play on a song. So party at the Hampton Inn. What you doing? Who you with?
That's a millennial reference.
And I'm not even a millennial. Yes, indeed. We have a lot of fun here. Crash Course team timeout called. That was called by Team Louisiana. That's their first called timeout of the game. Let's talk about a sponsor here, Shady.
Exactly. In addition to this Crash Course team timeout, we'd also like to take a moment to thank Currency Bank. Currency Bank's approach is simple. Provide an exceptional customer experience through personal attention, convenience, and the latest proven technology. High tech, high touch, Currency Bank.
Thank you. And clock is frozen now at 4 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in our first period. Once again, Louisiana up 89-35. Louisiana in the blue and Jewish Roller Derby in the yellow gold color. So in case you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. Welcome to everybody who's been hanging out with us all weekend long, or whenever you choose to log in.
I see you, Foxglove. The penalty box is where all the fun happens.
It is, isn't it?
The penalty box is where my juniors earn burpees.
Got to coach him right there. Good job. You got to keep him out of that penalty box. We love the Hampton Inn Suites. We still want to be in Hampton Inn Suites penalty
Just kidding.
box.
They don't actually earn burpees. They earn disappointed mom looks.
Which is almost as bad as a burpee. I mean, I'm just saying. I would not want a disappointing look from you. I would be really hurt by that. I don't ever want to disappoint you.
I don't
Shady.
think I've ever given you the disappointed
You
mom
never
look.
have, because I try very hard not to ever disappoint you. Effort goes into this.
If I'm not responding, it's because I'm trying not to choke laughing.
If you've never heard Shady and I on a call together, this is us.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
Welcome to us.
Sorry, Internet.
Sorry, not sorry.
Agreed. Anyway, so yeah, we are definitely in a extended clock stoppage situation. So we'd like to take another moment to thank some more folks who have given us money to do so.
I will thank our friends at Rydell. Step into the action with Rydell roller skates, where passion meets performance. Trusted by skaters for generations, Rydell combines classic craftsmanship with cutting-edge design. Discover your perfect pair now at roller.rydellskates.com. Rydell, built for derby, made for you. And while we have a second, let's go ahead and introduce you to our officials. I'm going to do it real quick for the skating officials because that's a shorter list.
Quick.
Led by Breadpool, Luna Shovegood, Philum Defoe, Hannibal Ruffer, Random Dude, Bionic, Shrimp and Roll, and Effin' Ref.
Don't worry, that doesn't mean that the NSOs are somehow less significant.
No, we will get to y'all, trust me.
I would like to do you justice by having the full 30 seconds.
Exactly. Off we go here. Jam number 20. That is Sachet with the fleur de lis for Louisiana. Schindler's Fist starting off this jam in the Hampton Inn Suites penalty box. So a power start for Louisiana.
I was about to say, so if that was a little bit of a long clock stoppage, so if you need to catch up, Schindler's Fist not on the track due to a penalty in the previous jam, but has been released. And we do have a free and clear Hamptons Inn penalty box at the moment, but that's going to end right now with a forearm call being assessed to a member of Team Louisiana.
That is a kindly kill of the pivot for Louisiana. And the announcer curse strikes again.
I know. I'm sorry.
Sachet getting reset back in the turn 2 exit after getting knocked to the infield. Meanwhile, Schindler's Fist back out there and through for the initial pass.
Skella being the last line of defense, keeping Schindler's Fist out.
And Shea goes to the infield. He's going to decide just to call it right there.
Schindler's Fist with the attempt at a call off. The hands were moving.
But couldn't do it because Sachet had the lead status. 3 points picked up by Louisiana, keeping JRD off the board. 92-35 with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go.
Can I just say for like 2 seconds how hilarious it is to have the benches directly in front of the announce table, like close enough that we can hear like little bits of chatter. And can I just say, like, every team that's been in front of us thus far has been just so pleasant.
They have been. They have been.
Like, I don't know if like what your bench culture is like at home, but it should be like everybody here. Like, everybody's just here to have a great time.
Exactly. We're all having fun here at Y'all Stars. It's what we're all about. Fun and derby at the same time. And Twinkle Toes out front lead for Louisiana as jammer. Daidaenu is also through and completes the initial pass.
They made this like nice little like not a full bean dip, but like a half dip, like out to the outside.
So we'll only get a half bag of chips with that.
No. It's just like one of the half scoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like a little half scoop. Okay.
Yeah, like not like the full scoop where it's like a wrapped around piece of noodle.
No.
We're going to see that draw back here, recycle.
And Twinkle Toes coming around. Almost hip whips around kindly kills, but able to get around without actually initiating the hip whip. And we're going to have an official review being called, I believe.
Official review being requested by...
I did see the hand signal. It showed
Jewish Roller Derby.
That would be a Crash Course stoppage. Team Timeout official review brought to you by our friends at Crash Course. Crash Course helps busy. Oh, Eddie. Actually, I'm going to start over again. This is actually a longer read. Ready to make 2-minute jams feel easy? Tired of second-guessing your training routine? Want to feel more confident when you step on the track? Then Crash Course is for you. We turn skaters into MVPs. If you started Crash Course today, in 4 weeks, you'd be less tired at the end of a 2-minute jam. In 8 weeks, your footwork will get you to the line faster. And in 12 weeks, you'll be the skater everyone wants in their pack. Life's a sport. Win.
And now that we have an extended moment, we have more than 30 seconds. Let me take a moment to thank our non-skating officials,
yes,
which is where I began my derby career as a non-skating official.
Actually,
so
I did
lots
as
of
well.
love. High five.
Well, yes.
High five non-skating officials. High five non-skating officials. Kate Silver also, same. So thank you to Flip, the Doctor, Wheeled Assassin, Shrimp and Roll, Mausoleum. Haha, I see what you did there. Mortal Comcat, Rose Lambeau, but a different Rose Lambeau than the other Rose Lambeau. Fun Police, Identity Crisis, and Misery Chop. So thank you, big thank you to all of our non-skating officials and skating officials, and little
some love out there.
Little picture moment on track. Again, like we're all about having fun here. Like it's a good day. It's nice outside. You know, the temperature's kind of okay. I've got a Coke Zero. Like
you're good to go.
You know, yeah.
So Breadpool explaining to the teams. Breadpool will get on the house mic here and explain. Let's listen in if we see if we can catch it. No call does stand. It's a little hard. We're not patched into the ref mic, so we'll try to relate to you as much as we can on the ORs, but the no call that was made apparently will stand, so nothing will change.
And also shout out back to you, Aggie.
Hey, Aggie.
I miss your face.
Hey, Aggie. Wish you were here.
Jam is on with Sonic Boom wearing the star for Jewish Roller Derby. Carmina Pirana for Team Louisiana. Carmina Pirana looking for an opening on the back. Meanwhile, on the inside line, that's going to be Sonic Boom. That's trapped. Sonic Boom moving almost the entire Team Louisiana wall through into the top of the apex for lead jammer.
And Carmina Pirana able to skate through on the inside, cap in hand for the initial pass. Here comes Sonic Boom looking for points. Oh, takes a bump off of Ice Shove Lucy, but able to keep going. Beautifully just staying up right there after a big booty block set up there by Ice Shove Lucy. And jam will be called. And I see 4 points up for JRD. And your score is 97-43 in favor of Team Louisiana. We're at 1 minute and 17 seconds left to go till half.
This has only been the first half of this game, PR.
Yes, we have a lot to go. We have 30 more minutes of derby to go here in this game. And we have more games after this.
So
and
many
tomorrow.
more games.
Oh.
All the derbies.
Be still, my
Hashtag.
derby heart. Off we go. Days with the star for Jewish Roller Derby. Out front and lead. Papaya on fire. Jamming for Louisiana. And a fast-moving pack here as Days trying to get back up there. Now Papaya free of the pack as well. Both jammers racing back to the fast pack.
And suddenly we're skating USAR.
And suddenly I feel the breeze.
Let's see if Days will collect any. No.
Nothing. Jam. Double donuts. That was the first fast pack.
And you
I've
are not
seen.
wrong. Like, I
Yeah.
can feel the breeze. Like, our papers are, like, fluttering up here.
That was the first, that fast of a fast pack I've seen, I think, all weekend. Or maybe one of the few I've seen all weekend. But that was a very fast-moving pack.
I would also like to discuss the Jewish Roller Derby's coaches' little booties. They make me very happy, and I just thought the world should know that.
So note here from Kate Silver, Days is 3 of 5 for leads, highest lead jammer percentage for JRD.
Well, all right.
Thank you, Kate. Off we go in jam number 24. Schindler's Fist is your Jewish Roller Derby jammer. Louisiana is countering with Sachet.
Sachet being recycled to the inside, being drawn back almost to the top of the apex. And out front it is going to be Schindler's Fist.
We're starting to see another pattern forming here with Jewish Roller Derby getting these lead jammer stat eye.
You know, a really interesting shift in momentum here right at the end of the period. Period clock has expired. We are in the final jam of the period, jam number 24. So definitely these last few series of jams, you know, really proving crucial for Jewish Roller Derby to close that gap.
That was 3 lead jams in a row for JRD, and that jam will end as a 3-1 jam in favor of Louisiana, who ends up now at halftime with an even 100 points. Jewish Roller Derby sitting at 44. We're going to hang out for a little second, but we're going to actually keep the camera going during our halftime because we have a really great halftime performance from our friends here at a local acrobatic gymnastic children's group called Inspired to Dance. They are awesome. They're going to be doing some dancing for us here, I believe, during this performance.
That sounds super neat.
We are going to keep on. We will go away. We'll have some music playing from our production side in the background, but we'll keep the cameras trained. We will step away as announcers, and you will get to watch the awesome Inspired to Dance show us what they can do out there. So we'll be back in a few minutes for our second half. I'm P. Armageddon.
I'm Shady Hawkins.
And we'll step back for a second. Enjoy Inspired to Dance. And we are back.
We are back.
I said that with an inflection.
What's it?
Who put a question mark on the teleprompter? We are back with our second half here.
Wait. Was that our obligatory Anchorman reference?
It was our obligatory Anchorman reference.
Got it in.
Got it out of the way. All right. We are back with our second half. Thank you for joining us here. 2025 Y'all Stars. We are currently in game number 21. Team Louisiana with a score of 100. Jewish Roller Derby with a score of 44. I'm P. Armageddon.
I'm Shady Hawkins.
And Kate Silver's back here giving us awesome, juicy stats. And speaking of those, Shady.
I has them.
Yeah.
So for Jewish Roller Derby, we've got an interesting jammer lineup. So Dai Dainu looking at a 25% jammer acquisition with 9 points total. Sonnet with 40% lead acquisition with 7 points total. Days with 60% acquisition, 14 points. Schindler's Fist, same 60%, 14 points. And our final jammer in the rotation going to be Singular Theyhem. Unfortunately, no points, but have been a part of the jammer rotation. So we do want to, make sure that we include them in that jammer rotation. However, there have been 6 star passes by Jewish Roller Derby compared to Team Louisiana's 0 star passes. And then for Team Louisiana, we have definitely a strong 3 jammer rotation. All of these jammers, we're looking at roughly a 66% lead acquisition with, it's going to be, Sachet as our top scoring jammer at 43 points. Other 2 jammers, Papaya on Fire and Twinkle Toast with 21 points each. And then those are tiny letters. Help me.
That is Carmina Piranha.
Carmina Piranha. Thank you. Sorry, Shady didn't bring her glasses. With 11 points. So definitely a big stark difference there between jammer performances. But there's also another big difference that we've noticed, and that's on our
penalties. Coming out of the first half, JRD with 11 penalties. Louisiana only 3. As a team, 3 penalties for Louisiana, 11 for Jewish Roller Derby. Tree.
Not even tree fitty.
Not even tree fitty, just tree.
No tree fitty, Doc.
No tree fitty. I ain't about tree fitty. So we're going to line up here for jam number 1 of period number 2. And here we go. That is Twinkle Toes, jamming for Team Louisiana, and Dai Dainu for Jewish Roller Derby.
Dai Dainu absolutely bulldozing that set of 2 Team Louisiana skaters at the jam line, but was not able to get out first. That is going to be Twinkle Toes. Twinkle Toes is lead, and we'll go ahead and call it off.
That was a great jammer race there between Twinkle Toes and Dai Dainu.
So I think I still think jam number 1 of this game so far was the fastest jam.
It was.
This may be a close second. And
yes.
Here again, we're going to see that explosion right off the line, acceleration here at the back. And 1, 2, just blows right by. But the toe stops.
But look how close the race was getting through the pack there between Twinkle Toes and Dai Dainu.
If Twinkle Toes didn't have to get up on the toe stop, it would have been neck and neck.
Yeah. Off we go with jam number 2. We have Singular Theyhem with the star for Jewish Roller Derby, Carmina Piranha, wearing the fleur de lis for Louisiana.
Both jammers looking to find similar lines, but it is going to be Singular Theyhem, at the top of the pack, looking for advantage. Carmina Piranha looking for an opening on the back of the pack, and now we see the stoppage at the top of the apex. The apex, a particularly dangerous place for defensive structures, as we see Carmina Piranha taking advantage of that curve and able to get out as lead jammer.
Pack flowing now into turn number 3. JRD trying to get that defense reformed as Carmina Piranha approaches and goes to the outside spin move. It does call it off. Should, I believe, get the full 4. Let's see. Yes, does get the full 4 points. 1 point picked up by JRD. I know, I've been saying this all weekend. The zoom on this camera is lovely because when you get real close, it gives you that very dreamy
effect.
It's
a very angelic fuzz.
It is, I know. It was a lot of fun to utilize that during the Mardi Gras game last night. If you watch the Mardi Gras game video, it comes in handy a lot.
Remember, this is Shady's first game this weekend, so I'm just now getting to see all these fun things that all of y'all have known about all weekend. And I'm honestly thrilled by all of it. So Sonic Boom wearing the star will be forced to recycle all the way back into the top of the secondary apex. In the meantime, also recycled is going to be Papaya on Fire. Papaya on Fire looking for an opening in lane 1, finds it. Papaya on Fire out as lead jammer for Team Louisiana.
Sonic Boom working through the middle of the pack, takes a spill it right at the pivot line. still has Star in hand. As Papaya on fire now working in the back of the pack, trying to rotate to the inside. Now to the middle. Oh, stumbles, but almost able to complete. It's a little help there from the Antichrist, trying to free up their jammer, and they do, as Papaya is through for 4 points.
Papaya coming back around for another scoring pass. You know, in spite of this being a power jam situation, this there was almost this calm kind of sensation on the track just now while Papaya was attempting to make that pass. And it's definitely really interesting to kind of see when that happens, because there's almost like this breath of anticipation by the skaters.
Papaya reaching to the back of the pack now and just trying to work through the block set up by JRD. And rest in pieces there, the pivot trying to do a drawback on fellow blocker for JRD. That is Labia Minora. And those jammers are through. Papaya looks at the at her jammer and says, okay, I am going to call it. I'm done here. So that will stop the jam, and additional 4 points. So a 12-point jam for Louisiana, 115 for them. Jewish roller derby is still at 45. 26 minutes on the dot left to go in our game. And after this game, coming up, we're going to go back into our open division as Team Pennsylvania takes on Trans Rollers United. And following that, we'll go back into our junior division, our last two games of the day, as Tomorrowland takes on Druid City. And the nightcap will be Shady's Dallas Derby Devils Rolling Rebellion taking on Red Stick Roller Derby Juniors.
Not just mine, not just mine.
Yours as a coach.
I'm just...
They're for everybody.
I am simply a facilitator. I will most likely be on third base today.
That's fine.
But no, we have an excellent coaching team between Polly Pure Dread and Gray Wolf and Monk. You know, I love our coaching team.
I cannot wait to see Rolling Rebellion out there. It's one of our host leagues.
Favorite people.
Red Stick Roller Derby Juniors, one of our host leagues this weekend with Team Louisiana. So.
I see my derby husband in the audience.
Oh. And here we go, Sachet with the fleur de lis for Louisiana. Days for Jewish Roller Derby. Days through and lead. Sachet trying to go through on the inside. Meanwhile, that lane kind of opened up a little bit there. Days tried to hit it, but got blocked by Metamorphosis. And now through the end, now up front, Days just working one last blocker to beat. Trying to stretch out. I believe that was Bose, I believe, yeah. And able to get through. Lead Jammer the lead Jammer's already there. 4 points picked up by Days.
You know, that was a really interesting thing. That just happened there with that long draw out, one-on-one blocking. There was an attempt at, sucking that blocker and jammer back in, but didn't quite get there. Team Louisiana did have to let Days go.
4 point pass there. First lead jam status of the half here for JRD. 4 points also picked up now by Sachet. 8 point jam for each team right now. I say that, and as soon as I say that, Days got through for one more scoring pass. Gets the full 4, so it'll be a 12-point pass for JRD, giving them 57. Louisiana at an 8-point jam, giving them 123. Still a lot of time left, though. 24-13 showing on that game clock. I see Twinkle Toes with the colorful knee pad variety there for Team Louisiana. We're in the fleur de lis, and that's going to be
Schindler's Fist.
Yes.
For Jewish Roller Derby.
Twinkle Toes almost got through there, a little bit of a quick hop, but then bounced out of bounds, has to reset. Schindler's Fist working on the outside as well.
Schindler's Fist really forcing the bridge by Team Louisiana up at the front.
Two blockers to beat now. Kindly Kills and Skelalore are doing the best they can to keep Schindler's Fist at bay as long as they could, but able to get through for lead jammer.
And can I just say that the timing between the jam referee and that front inside pack referee with the out of play and simultaneous lead jammer call was just on point.
Yes.
Go team officials.
Jam is called. 2 points picked up by Schindler's Fist on that one. One more point picked up by Team Louisiana. We're closing in on 23 minutes to go. 124-59 is your score. Team Louisiana with the lead. No, you're not.
So for a moment there, I was pretty sure that I smelled barbecue, and I needed to confirm that I was not having a stroke. There is actually great food here. And speaking of great things, there are great things happening on the track, and that's going to be Dai Dianu wearing the star for Jewish Roller Derby, and Carmina Pirana wearing the star for Team Louisiana.
And everybody kind of got pulled back a little bit. Dai Dianu's trying to do the long drawback on Mina. And
it's too late. Dai Dianu's through and on the track.
Mina realized it was too late and saw the kind of the, oh no, on her face. It was too late.
It's okay. Carmina Pirana able to take advantage and still get through on the inside line anyway.
Dai Dianu had taken off the jammer cap at that point, so lead does go to Carmina Pirana. Mina going to call it off in the outer apex of turn number 1-2. Battle for getting 2 more points for Team Louisiana. Look at this replay here. Let's see.
See, here it is. And Dai Dianu back on the track.
As soon as Mina saw.
But it's okay. Like I said, it doesn't matter. You think Dai Dianu is going to make it through, but there's that open line on lane 1. Boom.
Great blocking. That's credit the Antichrist for Team Louisiana. Great blocking there to keep Dai Dianu from getting around. And Mina saw the advantage, scooted through on the outside, and picked up lead.
Team Louisiana calling for a crash course official review.
Our friends at Crash Course help busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make a 2-minute jam feel easy? Visit ChrissyCrash.com to learn more. It's Chrissy Crash, KK. Life's a contact sport. Win. Although I know Chrissy Crash can do very well for helping a 2-minute jam feel easy for all of our awesome skaters out there, but I am not a skater. A 2-minute jam will never be easy to me.
I was about to say, a 2-minute jam sounds like the worst thing I could possibly do.
Just as a point of reference, I'll say it right now. If you go back and watch the first Team Canada game from this weekend, there were a lot of 2-minute jams.
That sounds exhausting and like something I will never do.
Do you want me to tell you how exhausting that was? I can tell you exactly how many jams there were in both halves because I produced that game. Each half only had 10 jams.
What?
10 jams.
That's wild. I've never seen that low of a number, and I might have been doing derby for a hot minute.
That is, same here. That was the shortest production sheet I've ever had for a game in my life.
Oh my goodness. That is wild.
So if you did not watch that game, go back and watch the first Team Canada game, and you will see what I'm talking about.
Ooh, and apparently, when we're talking about like things that don't happen very often, if at all ever, Artuso of Team Canada putting up a 40-point. That's 4-0.
That's still the highest point jam of the weekend.
For this weekend. We haven't seen 40-point jams since the death of the jammer lap point.
I have to remember if that jam actually came in that game, or was it the other second Team Canada game? I don't remember. I think it was the first one. Yeah, it was that same game.
Kate Silver says number 1. It was the first game.
Thank you, Kate. Yes.
That is. Speaking of which, here are the stats.
Kate has the stats right in front of us.
Kate has the stats, like literally right in front of me. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. If only the people at home had access.
If I can go find my stats here, I'll show you how short it is on flip sides. Both sides, only 10 lines I had to use. And that is, I've produced a lot in my years in Derby, and that was a first for me.
Sorry, that's Shady kicking the camera on accident.
It's okay. Papaya on fire, jamming for Team Louisiana here in jam number 7. Singular Mayhem with the star for Jewish Roller Derby.
Singular Mayhem trapped in the back of the pack. Both teams forced to bridge. Original Sin attempting to keep that connection. However, they are out of play. Bridge was broken, so Papaya on fire will be lead jammer.
Papaya on fire, blocking right there. We're jamming and Stabby Cat blocking. They know each other very well. Like you said, both skate for Red Stick Roller Derby up the road here in Baton Rouge. So, again, a lot of familiarity between these two teams.
Singular Datum having removed the helmet star from their helmet cover. The star from their helmet.
There you go.
Not the star from the helmet cover. That would be problematic.
That would be really problematic because they fixed the whole helmet cover. Papaya on Fire is sent to the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box. We have a power jam for JRD. It's their first power jam, I believe, of the game.
I believe that is correct,
Yes,
too.
thank you, Kate.
Yeah. Woo.
Wow, and points picked up there. Seeing 2 points picked up there for Singular Mayhem because of the jammer cap not being on. So Singular Mayhem now putting it back on, and we'll continue.
You know, Shady's in real danger of knocking over a lot of technology, so at this point I'm just going to sit on my hands.
I can't take you anywhere.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, friends. But yeah, no, in the meantime, really this... let's talk about a little bit of a penalty kill here on behalf of Team Louisiana. Only 2 points, currently on the board for Jewish Roller Derby during the penalty kill, and now 4 on the board for Team Louisiana speaks volumes to the defensive cohesion of Team Louisiana.
Unfortunately, right now, it looks like it's a little bit of a drop-off with the blockers there. They have 3 blockers on the track right now, 2 blockers on the track right now for Louisiana. That's Bose and Metamorphosis. The rest of them are in that Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box, enjoying their turn-down service and mint on pillow. And that jam's going to be called off. Papaya with a huge smile on her face, which is usually the case with Papaya.
I would like a mint on my pillow. Can I ask, does the Hampton Inn have spare mints?
That's the question I'll have to ask the Hampton Inn. I can ask that when I go back there, because that's where I'm staying tonight. Ha! See? I know what I'm doing here every now and then.
Sometimes.
Here we go with jam at number 8. Sonic Boom is the Jewish Roller Derby jammer, and out front in lead, Sachet with the fleur-de-lis for Louisiana. And Sonic Boom giving directions to run that pack, move it forward. Let's go, go, go. The Sachet coming up hot. Jam quickly called off by Sonic Boom. Let's see about points. 2 points picked up for JRD.
And 2 points picked up for Team Louisiana.
There you
That's a good old-fashioned double deuce.
There you go.
Oh, you know what we forgot to mention at the end of the first period?
What?
We've crossed the century mark.
We have.
Drink.
Yeah, drink.
Hydrate.
We haven't had our palindrome story yet. We had a couple of them so far this weekend, which has been great. I've got to drink on those. I'm a palindrome nerd, so I love seeing that. I'm all about it. We, of course, encourage everybody to hydrate as much as you can to stay properly healthy.
Humidity is a liar.
Especially here in South Louisiana.
Days is out as lead jammer for Jewish Roller Derby. Twinkle Toes wearing the star for Team Louisiana. Twinkle Toes has removed the helmet cover and does make the star pass. Star pass now going to number 8. Rest in pieces. Rest in pieces, the captain for Team Louisiana for this game.
That is one of the only a few, very few star passes that Team Louisiana has done today. Let's look at the replay here. You can see the star pass right here. Very, very sneaky. Went around the back of Meshuggah enough to do that.
I love a good sneaky star pass.
That was I believe that might have been the first star pass. I thought it might have been one earlier where Bose took it in the first half, I think. So it might have been the second one. I'm not quite sure on that, but regardless.
You know what? I'm going to go with Kate Silver on this because Kate...
No, Kate's
no,
like,
Kate,
I don't
Kate
know.
does, wow. All right. Well, you know what? There's footage.
There's footage. We'll go back and watch that later, and we'll see who's right.
Carmina Pirana wearing the star for Team Louisiana. Schindler's Fist wearing the star for Jewish Roller Derby. Schindler's Fist looking for an opening at the front of the pack. Carmina Pirana on the outside, lane 4.
One blocker to beat. Gets it, spins around, lead jammer.
And it was a very gentle spin,
It was a very gentle spin.
It's very easy, very nice.
Very gliding. Just, I'm going to go around and go.
You know, something I also have noticed that's, become very easy.
What's
our
that?
chat.
Our chat has become our chat.
We've left a saloon.
There's not a whole lot going on. I think people are just watching the action, or I'm not sure. But
I mean, hey, it's a great game to watch.
We want to hear from y'all. If you're watching this and you're enjoying what you're seeing, come on and join us on the chat and give us some stuff to talk about other than what we have on the action on the track right now.
Absolutely.
So
Tell your friends.
Another fun note coming from Kate Silver behind us here. Carmina Pirana is 100% lead jammer status this half.
Which is a stark difference from the first half.
Yeah.
Carmina Pirana having the lowest jammer percentage of the first half for Team Louisiana. So, interesting.
Interesting. And speaking of Carmina Pirana, she gets reset back behind the pack in the turn 3 entrance.
Jewish Roller Derby now skating with one blocker down. Stabby Cat taking a seat in that Hampton Inn and Suites. Words are hard.
Words are hard. What's not hard is Carmina Parada easily getting through that pack on the outside, which she got a couple of blocks, picking up the 4 points for Louisiana.
That's called a segue.
It is a segue. I like segues. I've never ridden in a Segway, but I can sure do them when I say things.
I have no interest in riding an actual Segway.
I would. I'd do it.
I mean, I would try, but like, it would be expensive afterwards because if I fall, it's like getting hit by a car.
12-point jam for Louisiana gives them 148. JRD kept off the board there at 71. 15 minutes and 8 seconds, almost halfway through our second half.
I feel like the energy of this game, PR, has taken a breather.
A little bit.
A bit. I feel like
so.
I feel like both of these teams are kind of maybe going into conservation mode, maybe trying to like store it up for the very last few bits of the second half. But who knows? Dai Inu wearing the star and Comet Kazi.
New jammer.
New jammer for Team Louisiana. Team Louisiana mixing it up a little.
Right
as I say, hey, the energy's a little like, kind of chill.
All it takes is putting a new jammer out there and everybody just...
Way to make me a liar.
So Comet does get lead at jammer. Dai Inu out there for JRD. And both teams now getting those walls set up, and both jammers now digging into respective walls. Dai Inu working at the front of the pack, trying to find some kind of way to edge around that Louisiana defense.
They're almost feigning a little bit of a star pass, like they thought that it would get the tripod to collapse. So a really interesting offensive assist coming in the form of 167. That's Judith Smackabee. Judith now creating that bridge, which is broken at this point.
Yes.
So
and now the back grouping comes forward, so the bridge is a little bit more in effect now.
So now we do have a double bridged pack. All skaters on the track. Great
blocking up for her. Kindly Kills and Skella doing some great blocking up there for Louisiana, just tying up Dai Inu as much as they could as far as the blocking goes, and forcing the call off. And from what I see, we have no point. Oh, we have 4 points for Louisiana on that one.
Only 4 points on that jam.
And now we have a crash course team timeout being called.
By Jewish Roller Derby.
Yes, that is their second charge timeout. They have one left and their official review. Team Louisiana has the same thing. They have two left, actually, and their official review is now gone.
So 2 clock stoppages overall for both teams, but Jewish Roller Derby does still have the privilege of an official review.
Yep, they do. And that will give me a second to talk about some more of our awesome sponsors here at Y'all Stars. We love them so much for giving us their support all weekend long. Our crew sponsors, RES Contractors, Collective Home Sports, Sacred Roller Derby Skate Supply, Crash Course, Synergy Bank, Lamar Advertising, Symmetry Jewelers and Designers, Amera Health, Caritas, Louisiana, and Bont. Remember, after this game, we get back into our open division. We have Team Pennsylvania taking on Trans Rollers United, and then followed by our last 2 games of the day, which will be Juniors Division games. Again, as Tomorrowland taking on Druid City, and Red Stick Roller Derby Juniors taking on Dallas Derby Devils Rolling Rebellion.
Indeed. Jam is on it. It looks like we're going to also have yet another new jammer on the line for Team Louisiana. That's going to be Mississippi Blues.
Yep, this is Blues' first time jamming today for Louisiana. Sonic Boom for JRD.
Sonic Boom out at the front of the pack, but Blues closing the gap very quickly, attempting to use Carmina Pirana as a little bit of a bridger, but not able to do it that way, but went up through the center, forcing JRD to bridge out.
JRD trying to keep that block together there on Mississippi Blues. And Blue just trying to stretch him out, and does get it. Blue is now lead jammer for Louisiana. Now some bump blocking going on in the middle of that pack there in turn number 1. As Blue coming back up looking for a scoring pass. Oh, takes a spill to the outfield right into the turn 1 corner and going to reset way back. Possibly to the jam line and beyond. Meanwhile, Coltrane now taking over as the jammer, taking the start pass for Jewish Roller Derby. And Blue trying to edge around. Great blocking here.
Coltrane participating in that blocking configuration also. in addition to being in possession of the star. And 1 and 2, little bit of ping pong.
Coltrane completes the pass, initial pass. Meanwhile, Blues going to go ahead and call it off right there. And 3 more points picked up for Louisiana. 155 is now their score, 71 for Jewish roller derby. Closing in on 11 and a half minutes to go here in our second period.
Ooh, I see somebody out there with a tortilla blanket.
No, I bet they're nice and warm. It can get a little bit cold in this venue. I've been calling in this venue for a very long time. This is where I got my start in roller derby, calling in this venue for my first league, Cajun Roller Girls. Love my CRG.
Don't date yourself. Ooh, Twinkle Toes with an attempted twinkly toe maneuver on the inside line. And at first didn't work, but then it did a second time. In the meantime, it's going to be Days wearing the star and is out, turning up the speed, putting pressure on Twinkle Toes. Will Twinkle Toes get some hips? I think maybe.
Let's see. 2 points picked up by JRD, but 1 for Louisiana.
Hey,
got that one, Twinkle Toes. There you go. So now under 11 minutes on that game clock. 156 Louisiana. Jewish roller derby 73. Once again, we invite you, if you're going to be on the chat and then on the stream, come join us on the chat. Tell us about what you like out there. Cheer for your favorite teams. Another little note here from our friend Kate Silver. Jewish roller derby was on a 4-jam scoreless run before
those 2 points.
Those 2 points, yeah. That was the longest scoreless drought in the game so far.
Schindler's Fist wearing the star for Jewish roller derby. Sachet wearing the star for Team Louisiana.
Both teams getting those walls set up. Sachet leaning in on that JRD braced wall in the back. Getting a little help now from I Shove Lucy coming out of that Hampton Inn Suites penalty box. And Shove's trying to clear the road there for Sachet.
Sachet getting pushed to the inside as well as...
And that's going to be a back block penalty assessed to I Shove Lucy on the contact there. And Schindler's Fist working up at the front now, leaning on that block set up by Kamikaze and Skella.
I don't believe I Shove Lucy necessarily agrees with that. However...
Sachet through on a no pass, no penalty. Everybody coming through turn number 4. A couple of people hitting the non-polished concrete.
Star pass successful. That's going to go to number 62. That's Spider Wham.
Sachet going to the middle right now, trying to find a little bit of, using a little bit of a block there from Kamikaze, but taking a spill. They're going to have to reset. Back in turn number 4. Good drawback there. Going to get it back behind Spider Wham. And Sachet knocked to the infield now. Everybody's still hanging around that jam line. Haven't had a ton of movement in a second here. But some good bracing up front there. I Shove Lucy trying to brace that Louisiana wall. That's Skella and Kindly Kills. Now edging Spider Wham, trying to edge out, but whew, that was a very sticky defensive jam there, Shady, toward the end of that.
Absolutely, but both teams do put 4 points up on the board, so we are going to have a matched jam. And let me tell you, those 4 points by both teams were earned.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. Five-second signal, as you can hear. And away we roll. That's going to be Daidainu with the star once again for Jewish Roller Derby, and Smash Ketchum for Louisiana. This is Smash's first time, I believe, taking the star from the jam line.
Daidainu out through and lead jammer.
And Smash getting tangled up, going to reset back right after the jam line. Meanwhile, Daidainu on the outside. Smash able to complete the initial pass on the inside. And big defense here by Team Louisiana, but Daidainu trying to split the difference and does so. Oh, but not quite. An illegal contact penalty assessed to Daidainu.
So we will go the full 2 minutes.
We will. 4 points picked up there by Smash Ketchum.
I'm interested to see if there are any points in the pocket there for Inu. But in the
Possibly could
meantime,
be. Oh, big hit out there on Smash Ketchum. Smash gonna have to reset. Stretched pack now tightens up a little bit, heading to the pivot line. Smash hopping around a little bit on the toe stops, looking for the inside lane. One blocker to beat. Oh, gets tangled up. And once again, great getting back out in front there. Great waterfalling by JRD to get those blocks back out in front. But Smash is able to continue and gets the full 4-point pass. Smash now looking for that middle lane. Sees a gap in the middle of the defense set up there by the Antichrist. And once again, JRD trying to get that defense back set up in front of Smash Ketchum.
really interesting and smart maneuver there by Inu to pull back that wall and draw that pack penalty on one of Team Louisiana. That's going to be number 113, Blockness Monster.
Both jammers through the pack. 4 points, though, picked up by both. So, and nice showing there between Inu and Smash. And both back into the pack. Big hit in the middle of that pack there. Make sure everybody's okay. And Jam is going to get called.
Looks like everybody is on their respective feets.
And I believe some more points picked up by JRD, 7 to be exact. So 7-point jam for them. 84 is now their score. Louisiana on a 12-point jam for Smash Ketchum gets 172. And we're at almost a 5.5 left on the game clock here in our second period.
Going to be heading into jam number 16 imminently. And jam is on.
It is. That is Kamina Piranha and Sonic Boom are your jammers. Mina tries to go outside. Everybody goes in front of her to stop her at that point. Meanwhile, Sonic Boom looking for the inside track. Great blocking there by I Shove Lucy. And now meeting up with the braced wall set up in the front by Louisiana.
A lot of direct sideways movement.
Bonnet and Bose are just banging shoulders right there. Bonnet, Sonic Boom able to go through and picks up lead jammer.
Top of the pack, we're going to see a star pass happen. So we will have looks like
that is Bose taking over
yep.
as jammer, but jammer cap is still in hand at this point for Bose. And Bose able to get through for the initial pass. And pack still in turn number 2. Sonic Boom's going to go to the front, call it off. Does complete a no pass, no penalty, I believe, there on that pass.
Bose with a little bit of a ha ha.
Here's our replay here. Let's see what we have going on. You see Sonic Boom finding an inside lane on the toe stops, makes the spin. One last blocker to get by, and then completes the pass. Nicely done by Sonic Boom.
Days now wearing the star for Jewish Roller Derby.
That's Twinkle Toes wearing the fleur-de-lis for Louisiana. And
both jammers looking for lane number 1, but they're not going to find it, so they're going to have to go right up the middle. Days collapsing the Team Louisiana blocker wall into the back of Twinkle Toes, and with that is able to get out as lead, but Twinkle Toes a quick recovery and is very close behind.
Oh, engaging the pack rather fiercely there. And a quick call off. And let's see if any points came out of that. 3 points came out of that actually for Jewish Roller Derby. 3-point jam. Their score now is 90. Louisiana 172. 3 minutes and 27 seconds showing on the game clock. So winding down here to our last few jams of the game. And a team timeout, a crash course team timeout called by Team Louisiana. Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want a custom training plan with derby-specific workouts, nutrition strategies, and athlete mindset development curated by our epic team of coaches so you can level up this year? Visit ChrissyCrash.com, that's with 2 Ks, ChrissyCrash.com, to learn more. Life is a contact sport. Win. I can't say if you're watching and you're in the venue. I do know of one crash course coach on site here. That is Original Sin with Jewish Roller Derby. So. Subi whistle means Derby coming back at you. And I see for the first time jamming for Team Louisiana, it's going to be the captain, Rest in Pieces. And for JRD, we will get you that skater shortly. Not showing up on our roster, but we will get the name. It looks like it shows it's Schindler's Fist. Okay, the number was weird there for a second, but that is. And lead jammer is going to be Rest in Pieces for Louisiana.
Rest in Peace is really showing to be a multi-threat, if you will, being able to shift between both blocking and jamming for this game, and is out and effective. Full 4 points on the board.
That one was on me for Schindler's Fist. I couldn't see the 7. It looked like a 9 for a second the way they were positioned at the line earlier. So that they are indeed on our roster because Schindler's Fist has been skating all game long.
It happens.
Things happen, y'all. I've been doing this for 2.5 days.
I thought you were going to say like 2.5 minutes and we're going to like make a joke about it.
I've been doing this for a minute or more.
It's okay, PR.
I do this for 2.5. I do this for 2 minutes a lot because it's every game.
We do.
See?
We do.
We do the do.
That was not a paid sponsorship.
It was not. Rest in Pieces, still with the lead jammer status. Star has been passed to Coltrane for JRD. Reston takes a spill to the infield, quickly calls off the jam, and gets an additional 4 points. So an 8-point jam for Louisiana. 180 is their score. Jewish Roller Derby with a 90 points total on a scoreless jam. So a doubled up score here in favor of Louisiana. And under 2 minutes to go. And a crash course team timeout called by Jewish Roller Derby.
This is Jewish Roller Derby's final team timeout.
Crash Course helps busy roller derby athletes increase strength, conquer self-doubt, and create the habits of high performers to become all-stars and MVPs on the track and in life. Want to make a 2-minute jam feel easy? Visit ChrissyCrash.com to learn more. Life is a contact sport.
And it looks like Spider Wham is the recipient of the halo effect at this time.
Dreamy.
They really
I want to get that really like dreamy, like little like magical like a chime or a harp or something.
So wait, are you talking about the noise that like when it's one of the PowerPoint noises from like whenever you like flip screens? It's
a transitional. Yes. Wayne's World.
Wait, hold on. Is this Galaga now?
Thank you, Thin Mint, for that one. No, Wayne's World. Thank you, Thin Mint, our camera op for the game. Thin Mint is also...
Listen, our calls are very clearly for a very specific audience.
Yes, and Thin Mint is one of the major reasons we have an excellent broadcast set up here for you this weekend. Thank you very much, Thin Mint. And to our awesome friend Evie, who's been heading up production as well, too. And our volunteers have been helping out for the weekend as well from Team Louisiana. So, yeah, thank you very much.
Game is about to restart. 1 minute, 50 seconds left on the clock. We're going to be going into jam number 19 as Stabby Cat and Kamikaze. So Stabby Cat's first time on the line for this game, and Stabby Cat will be lead jammer. In the meantime, Kamikaze being pulled back almost to the top of the second apex, but now is out and through. Penalty, misconduct penalty now being issued.
On I Shove Lucy for Red Stick. Sorry, for also for Red Stick, also for Team Louisiana.
But also
I know these people. I know a lot of people on this track right now, y'all. When they're not skating for these two teams. And around the back here, we have Kamikaze looking to get around in turn number 1. Tries to edge around the block from Dadaenu. Meanwhile, Stabby Cat splits the difference right between Violent Femme and Bose, picking up 4 points.
Another penalty being dropped this time to Jewish Roller Derby.
Kamikaze through the pack, picking up 4 points as well for Louisiana.
Sonic Boom on the receiving end of the nice, comfy check-in at the Hampton Inn and Suites penalty box.
Everybody right outside of turn number 2 is Kamikaze trying to edge around in the back of that pack. Meanwhile, Stabby Cat stuck behind the braced wall of Louisiana. And everybody trying to get forward now. And Bose with a big block out in the front there. Bose is indeed a heavy hitter for Louisiana. And now Bose and Stabby, these two know each other really well too. They practice against each other a lot. And Stabby able to shed the block and get through for 4 points. Pack now into the turn 3 entrance as Stabby Cat looking for some more points.
And we will be seeing the final jam of this game. Period clock has reached 0. Jam is called off. 3 more points on the board for Jewish Roller Derby and a full 4 for Team Louisiana, bringing our unofficial score as of right now to Team Louisiana 188, Jewish Roller Derby 109, meaning Team Louisiana is your winners unofficially.
Yes,
and you know, the highest jam of the game for days that
19,
that was 19
point
points. So
jam.
well done to Days in the final jam of the game. We are waiting at this time to make the score official.
It was a very exciting game to watch. There's a lot of momentum shifts, and just like I said, these two teams know each other very well because most of them practice against each other a lot. So you saw a lot of that dynamic involved with the game.
Absolutely, and Stabby Cat.
And Stabby Cat.
Same with Stabby Cat. So had a nice high jam. So
there is Subi Whistle, and we are officially final, Shady Hawkins.
we are. Team Louisiana advances and defeats Jewish Roller Derby. Well, not so much advances, but defeats.
Defeats. Yeah, we're in the
Jewish Roller
consolation
Derby.
bracket. I believe this is the final game for both teams, I believe, this weekend.
I do believe so as
Yes.
well, if I have read my schedule appropriately. But don't be sad. We have more roller derby.
No, coming up right after us here, we're back into our open division as Team Pennsylvania takes on Trans Rollers United. And then following that again, we have 2 more of our juniors games to cap us off here on day 3. We have Tomorrowland taking on Druid City. And then the nightcap will be Red Stick Roller Derby Juniors, one of our host leagues, taking on Dallas Roller Derby's Rolling Rebellion.
Well, thank you so much, PR. I've had a fantastic time. I look forward to the rest of the day. I will see you from the track later on.
You'll be coaching.
And for those of you at home, again, Shabbat Shalom and Shavua Tov.
Yes.
And
for Shady and for Kate Silver back there giving us awesome stats all game long. I'm PR Armageddon.
And I'm Shady Hawkins.
And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Hi folks, Tui Lion here, and I'm here to ask you if your helmet is cooked. Whether you're on the derby track or at the skate park, your helmet has one job: to protect you. So let's check out your helmet together and find out if it's still doing its job. Look for the following signs to determine if the EPS foam in your helmet has deteriorated. 1. Physical cracks or deformations. 2. Soft spots. 3. Discoloration. 4. Separation from the shell. 5. Age. Helmets should be replaced every 3 years depending upon usage, even if they appear to be in good condition. 6. Unusual odors. Let's move on to the outer shell and consider your previous impacts. If the helmet has been involved in a significant impact, the EPS foam could be compromised even if no visible damage is apparent. If the strap adjusters, clip, or straps are compromised, your helmet placement might be compromised if you take a fall. Last but not least, if your helmet doesn't fit you properly, it's not going to do its job when you need it most. Your helmet should sit about 1 finger width above your eyebrows and stay put when you're moving around or shaking your head. Visit 888.com to find out about our cutting-edge helmet technology and designs. The most certifications, the latest technology, the best fit. We've got you covered.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Inquiry number 80393, company is Seba Guide.